Woman who is secretly attracted to you always shows these three signs. Stoicism. Modern Stoic. We are most alive when we're in love. Zrenia John Updike. In this discussion, we'll explore the quiet signals that reveal when a woman is secretly attracted to you. These signs aren't shouted out loud, they're whispered through subtle glances, slight gestures, and unconscious actions that often go unnoticed. Have you ever caught yourself wondering if a woman's interest in you is hidden just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to emerge? Let me share something from my own experience. Over time, I've come to appreciate that attraction often lives in the details, the fleeting eye contact, the way someone unconsciously mirrors your posture, or those tiny moments that feel charged with meaning, yet go unspoken. It's not always the grand declarations or overt signals. Sometimes the truest expressions are silent. Learning to recognize the silent language is a powerful skill, one that deepens your connections and sharpens your awareness. Women frequently communicate their feelings through body language and subtle cues. Without paying close attention, these signs can slip by unnoticed. Today, we'll uncover 3 key behaviors that suggest a woman's hidden attraction, insights rooted in psychology and human behavior. Imagine the advantage of being able to read these signs clearly, unlocking a new level of understanding in your relationships. These aren't random acts, but intentional, though often unconscious indicators of genuine interest. Attraction is a nuanced dance involving body language, psychological instincts, and the energy between two people. By tuning into these signals, you can enhance your social confidence and navigate relationships with greater clarity. If you're new here, don't forget to like this video as we break down each of the 3 signs in detail. You'll gain fresh perspectives on reading unspoken messages and understanding those around you on a deeper level. And if this resonates, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss future insights. Now, let's dive into these subtle signs that could reveal her secret attraction. Sign number 11. Prioritizing time with you. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, one of the most telling signs she will exhibit, often so subtly that it might escape casual notice, is how she prioritizes spending time with you. This goes beyond the simple act of showing up. It's about her consciously making space in her busy life to be near you. She might shift her schedule slightly, initiate conversations more frequently, or find creative reasons to cross paths with you, even if she doesn't openly declare her feelings. This behavior reflects a deep emotional investment, an unspoken yet powerful message that you matter to her, and that she values your company enough to weave you into the fabric of her daily life. In today's fast-paced world, where time is often our most precious and scarce resource, the decision to prioritize someone else's presence is an act of sincere care and intention. The wisdom of the Stoics reminds us that what truly matters is not empty promises or fleeting words, but consistent, meaningful actions. By showing up for you, by adjusting her world even in small ways, she is communicating her affection and interest more eloquently than any conversation could. Understanding this sign opens a new perspective on your relationship, inviting you to appreciate the quiet efforts she makes, which might otherwise be dismissed as coincidence or politeness. It challenges you to be equally mindful and present when you spend time together, offering your full attention, engaging deeply, and reciprocating her efforts with genuine enthusiasm and respect. This balanced exchange is essential because relationships built on mutual investment foster trust, safety, and intimacy that withstand the trials of modern life. Moreover, in an age dominated by digital distractions and superficial interactions, someone who chooses to be physically and emotionally present for you is making a bold statement of commitment and attraction. Embracing this Stoic mindset, valuing actions over words and presence over performance, allows you to cultivate a deep connection that is steady, authentic, and rich with meaning. So when you notice she's carving out moments just for you, recognize it as a deliberate, meaningful choice, a silent yet profound declaration of her feelings, wrapped in modern Stoicism's quiet strength. Meeting her effort with your own not only honors her intentions, but also creates a foundation for a lasting, fulfilling relationship where both partners feel seen, valued, and deeply connected. When a woman quietly rearranges her world to spend time with you, that's her deepest truth showing. Actions speak louder than words. If you're ready to recognize real connection beyond the noise, it's time to honor those silent signs and meet her effort with your own. Drop a comment right now. I choose presence over promises. Sign number 10, the lingering glance. When it comes to uncovering a woman's secret attraction, nothing speaks louder than what I call the lingering glance, an eye contact that stretches just a moment longer than usual, almost like a silent conversation between two souls. If you ever catch her eyes holding yours for an extra beat, don't brush it off as coincidence or accident. This isn't mere happenstance. It's a powerful, subtle signal that she's drawn to you beneath the surface. Eye contact is more than just looking. It's a language in itself. When a woman's gaze lingers, it's not just curiosity. It's an unspoken invitation to connect on a deeper level. She's not only interested in your words, but captivated by who you are. This prolonged eye contact fosters intimacy naturally, creating an invisible thread that links two people emotionally and physically without a single word spoken. Scientific research confirms that when eyes meet and hold, it triggers a closeness rooted in biology and psychology, a kind of silent magnetic pull that signals genuine interest. Have you ever noticed how pupils dilate when someone is attracted? It's an involuntary biological response, a physical clue your brain can't hide, revealing that her body is just as engaged as her mind. So if her eyes linger and those pupils subtly widen, she's unconsciously sending a clear message of attraction. What makes this even more fascinating is how the lingering glance is often accompanied by small, instinctive gestures, a soft smile that brightens her eyes, a slight tilt of the head or raised eyebrows, all amplifying the meaning behind her gaze. These micro-expressions are powerful because they come from a place of authenticity, revealing what words might never fully express. Together, these signals form a symphony of attraction. She's interested, intrigued, and opening herself emotionally to you. Sometimes, these non-verbal cues are even more revealing than a direct confession because they bypass the filters of social politeness or nervousness, tapping straight into genuine feeling. Paying close attention to these signs means you're not just seeing her, you're truly understanding her. Now, let's bring this to real life. Picture yourself in conversation with a woman whose eyes suddenly linger on yours, inviting a quiet exchange. Instead of feeling awkward or rushing to respond, take a deep breath and meet her gaze with calm confidence. There's no need to force anything. Acknowledging the moment with a gentle smile or maintaining the connection through attentive conversation is enough to nurture that invisible bond. This is where Stoicism and modern wisdom come in. Remain present, steady, and open without letting impatience or anxiety cloud your judgment. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, famously said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." Similarly, the way a woman's gaze lingers reveals the emotional landscape within her. It's a glimpse into her feelings, a silent window into her heart. So when you notice this, understand it's more than a glance. It's a meaningful connection, reaching out from one soul to another. Ultimately, when a woman holds eye contact longer than usual, don't dismiss it. It's an invitation to explore a deeper emotional connection. These signs of attraction are subtle, delicate, and easily missed if you're not paying attention. Yet, when you learn to read and respond to these cues with respect and confidence, you unlock a powerful tool in navigating relationships with clarity and grace. It's not about rushing or overanalyzing. It's about being present and recognizing the quiet ways attraction reveals itself. So next time you catch that lingering glance, remember it's more than a fleeting moment. It's a chance to connect, to understand, and perhaps to discover something meaningful. As you reflect on this, I encourage you to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever noticed a lingering glance that changed the course of a conversation or relationship? How did you respond? Engaging with these subtle signs can transform not only how you perceive attraction, but also how deeply you connect with those around you. After all, as Aristotle wisely said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Recognizing attraction in others is a step toward knowing not just them, but yourself more fully. Comment this affirmation: I am calm, confident, and open to genuine connection. Sign number 9, subtle jealousy. Subtle jealousy reveals a fascinating yet often overlooked window into a woman's secret attraction. When a woman harbours feelings quietly, jealousy rarely bursts out in overt ways. Instead, it whispers through small, almost imperceptible gestures. The quick glance she steals when you engage with other women, the subtle shift in her mood when someone else edges closer to you, or a fleeting change in her tone that betrays an inner tug of emotion. These micro-expressions, as psychologists call them, are more than just random behaviour. They are the language of unspoken feelings. Jealousy, often misunderstood as a purely negative force, is actually a deeply human and natural response tied closely to attachment and desire, revealing that she cares more profoundly than she openly admits. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman Stoic philosopher, reminds us that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. For the modern Stoic man, this means recognizing jealousy not as a threat to be feared or indulged, but as a signal to be met with calm awareness and emotional intelligence. Instead of allowing insecurity to take root, one should observe this emotion with clear eyes, acknowledging it as an authentic reflection of emotional investment rather than a challenge to ego or control. Real life offers countless examples where jealousy, handled with Stoic grace, can become a bridge rather than a barrier. Imagine a situation where you notice a flicker of discomfort in her eyes when you laugh with another woman at a social event. Rather than dismissing or denying this subtle jealousy, you choose to respond with quiet reassurance, perhaps a simple gesture of attentiveness, a shared smile that communicates respect, or a private moment of genuine conversation. These actions do more than soothe. They build trust, transforming potential tension into a deeper connection. The ancient Stoics teach us that emotional mastery isn't about suppressing feelings, but about understanding and channeling them wisely. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By approaching jealousy with a balanced mind and gentle respect, you create an environment where vulnerability can thrive without fear. This insight is invaluable for men aged 35 to 70, navigating relationships where communication may no longer be as explicit as in younger years. Subtle signs like jealousy require a keen awareness and a patient heart, qualities that mature men are uniquely positioned to develop. Recognizing these quiet signals offers a chance to deepen intimacy by showing that you are present and attuned, not just to her words, but to the unspoken language of her emotions. The wisdom here lies not in confrontation, but in nuanced action, respecting her boundaries while expressing your own, listening with empathy, and cultivating a mutual sense of security. This delicate balance nurtures a bond that grows stronger over time, allowing both partners to feel seen and valued. If you've ever encountered this subtle jealousy, reflect on how you responded. Did you notice and gently acknowledge it, or did it pass unnoticed? Your experiences can shed light on the ways emotional undercurrents shape your relationships. Share your thoughts and stories in the comments. How have you navigated these unspoken moments? How has embracing Stoic principles helped you turn jealousy from a source of tension into a foundation for trust? Engaging with others on this topic not only enriches your own understanding, but also builds a community of men committed to emotional wisdom and authentic connection. Remember, true strength lies in awareness, patience, and the courage to embrace the complexity of human emotions with grace. Sign number 8. She stays calm and composed around you. one of the most subtle yet profound signs that a woman is secretly attracted to you, especially within the context of Stoicism and the modern Stoic mindset, is her ability to remain calm and composed when she's around you. Unlike overt displays of emotion, which might be noisy or fleeting, Stoicism teaches the power of maintaining inner peace and emotional resilience regardless of external circumstances. When a woman feels a deep attraction, she doesn't necessarily need to act impulsively or overly expressive. Instead, her quiet confidence and steady demeanor reveal a controlled but genuine interest. This calmness isn't about indifference or coldness. Rather, it's a reflection of emotional intelligence and self-mastery, hallmarks of Stoic philosophy. She may feel a magnetic pull toward you, but chooses to embody balance and thoughtfulness, avoiding the typical nervous fidgeting or excessive flattery. This behavior signals that she respects herself and the interaction, valuing quality connection over superficial excitement. Imagine you're having a conversation with her, and notice that while others might become shy or overly eager in your presence, she remains grounded. Her voice is steady, her body language relaxed, and she seems fully present, absorbing what you say without distraction. This steadiness can be incredibly attractive because it shows she isn't swept away by fleeting feelings, but is engaging with you on a deeper, more deliberate level. Stoicism also emphasizes focusing on what is within one's control. Her composed nature suggests she's managing her emotions skillfully rather than being overwhelmed by them. It's a subtle but powerful indication that her attraction is sincere and mature, not just surface-level infatuation. The famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Her calm presence around you embodies this principle perfectly. She's choosing to be intentional about her feelings and interactions. In real life, this kind of composed attraction can be a game changer. It means you don't have to decode dramatic behaviors or guess her feelings based on highs and lows. Instead, you get a steady, consistent signal that she's interested, just expressed through calm confidence rather than flamboyant gestures. This is particularly meaningful for men who appreciate emotional stability and depth in relationships, aligning perfectly with a modern Stoic approach to connection. So when you notice a woman who doesn't lose her composure, but subtly shows she's engaged and interested through quiet confidence, consider it a powerful sign of secret attraction. Respond by matching her calm energy, showing respect for her inner strength, and building a connection based on mutual steadiness and authenticity. This creates a foundation for trust and meaningful interaction, much more than surface-level excitement ever could. Sign number 7. The delicate touch. Have you ever noticed those seemingly random moments when a woman reaches out, whether it's a gentle brush of your arm or a light tap on your shoulder? These touches may seem insignificant at first, but in reality, they carry a deeper meaning. She's letting you know, in her own way, that she's beginning to feel comfortable and open with you. The beauty of these touches lies in their silence. They're her way of communicating attraction without having to say a word. In the modern world, where words can often be misinterpreted or even avoided, touch becomes a powerful tool for expressing connection. It's not just about physical proximity, it's about emotional intimacy, trust, and creating a safe space where both individuals can let their guards down. Research has proven time and time again that simple physical contact, whether it's a handshake, a hug, or a light touch, can significantly enhance feelings of trust and closeness between two people. This is especially true in romantic or potential romantic relationships. In fact, touch is one of the most primal and effective ways humans bond, as it activates areas in the brain responsible for trust and emotional closeness. When a woman touches you, it's her way of breaking down the invisible wall between you and her, signaling that she feels safe and at ease in your presence. The more at ease she is, the more comfortable she will feel expressing her attraction. This physical connection is often the catalyst for deeper emotional engagement, something that words sometimes fail to convey. A slight nudge or a gentle tap is a quiet, unspoken invitation for intimacy. It's a sign that she wants to be closer, both physically and emotionally, without saying a single word. And here's the interesting part. When this touch happens, it can trigger the release of oxytocin, often referred to as the bonding hormone. This hormone plays a huge role in creating feelings of calm, trust, and connection, important elements for building any meaningful relationship. Now, let's put this into a modern context. Think about how we communicate today, through texts, social media, and digital messages. It's easy to hide behind screens, to avoid real, raw, physical interaction. In this age of digital communication, the power of touch may seem like a lost art, but it's actually more important than ever. It's a way of expressing your feelings without the need for words, and it can convey a depth of emotion that texts simply can't. If a woman is attracted to you, this subtle use of touch often comes out when she's around you. Whether she's subtly touching your arm during a conversation or lightly leaning in when you're speaking, these little gestures are more telling than you might think. It's important to recognize that these touches aren't random. They're part of a language all their own. If you're paying attention, you'll begin to notice patterns. She might lightly tap your arm when she's laughing at something you said, or she might brush her hand across yours when she's making a point. These actions, however small, are windows into her emotions. You might wonder, why is touch so powerful in these situations? Simply put, it's the human need for connection. As human beings, we crave bonding, and touch is one of the easiest and most natural ways to establish that bond. But there's more to it than just physical closeness. In the context of modern Stoicism, where emotional control and rationality are key, touch is not about impulsive actions or fleeting desires. Instead, it reflects a deeper, more calculated expression of trust and mutual respect. A woman's choice to physically engage with you, whether through a casual touch or a more intimate gesture, is rooted in a foundation of comfort and safety. She's not only letting down her guard, but also providing you with the opportunity to understand her on a deeper level. In Stoic terms, she's demonstrating a form of vulnerability, and in doing so, she's offering you the chance to either respect that vulnerability or to exploit it. The decision is yours, but with the awareness of this delicate dance, you have the opportunity to foster a meaningful connection rather than let it slip away. By paying attention to these subtle signs, you're not just decoding her attraction to you, you're learning how to navigate the complex dynamics of modern relationships. In a world where direct communication often falls short, these unspoken cues, like the delicate touch, serve as a much-needed bridge between two people. They speak louder than words ever could, and when recognized and reciprocated, they form the foundation of a relationship built on mutual respect, emotional intelligence, and, ultimately, trust. So next time you notice her reaching out, even in the slightest way, take a moment to acknowledge it. It could be more than just a casual gesture. It could be her way of saying she's ready for something deeper. Sign number 6. Remembering the little things. Remembering the little things reveals one of the most subtle yet powerful indicators that a woman is secretly attracted to you. Her attention to the small, seemingly trivial details about your life. Whether it's recalling your favorite coffee blend, referencing a story you casually mentioned weeks ago, or noticing your quiet preferences, this attentiveness goes far beyond mere memory. It's a genuine emotional investment that quietly says, "You matter to me?" This is not just about good manners or polite conversation. It's a clear sign she values you and wants to forge a deeper, more meaningful connection. As the ancient philosopher Seneca wisely put it, true friendship multiplies the good in life and divides its evils. By remembering the little things, she's essentially laying the foundation for a relationship where trust and respect thrive. Neuroscience supports this deeply human behavior, showing that when someone recalls and brings up personal details, it triggers feelings of closeness, making us feel truly seen, heard, and appreciated. It's a subtle form of emotional intimacy, a silent language of care that often goes unnoticed by many but is profoundly significant in human relationships. For the modern Stoic man who values patience, self-awareness, and thoughtful presence, Recognizing and embracing these moments becomes a key to cultivating deeper bonds without pressure or haste. When she brings up something from a past conversation, it is her way of showing that she is fully engaged and invested in the ongoing story of your connection. Instead of brushing it off, a wise man acknowledges this attentiveness gracefully, using it as an opportunity to deepen conversations and reciprocate with his own attentive care. This not only honors her feelings, but also enriches the relationship's emotional texture, creating a space where vulnerability and authenticity can flourish. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's greatest teachers, reminded us that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Similarly, the best way to build trust and attraction is by demonstrating consistent, thoughtful presence in the small things that truly matter. In real life, this principle translates into everyday opportunities. For example, if she remembers that you prefer your coffee black with a hint of cinnamon and she surprises you with it, that's her way of expressing affection without words. Or if she recalls a personal challenge you shared, bringing it up later to check in shows she's emotionally tuned in. These moments, though simple, serve as emotional milestones that strengthen the invisible thread between two people. The lesson here is not to overlook these signs, but to respond to them with equal sincerity and mindfulness. Life's busyness often makes us dismiss the little details as insignificant, yet it is precisely these that build emotional wealth in relationships. When you respond by remembering her preferences, stories, or struggles, you send a clear message. You see her, you care, and you value the connection. I encourage you to reflect on the little things you notice about the women in your life. How often do you remember their favourite book, the song they hum when they're happy, or the small ways they express themselves? Taking the time to acknowledge and cherish these details can transform casual interactions into meaningful relationships. Share your experiences in the comments below. Have you ever realised that a woman's subtle attentiveness was a sign of deeper attraction? How did you respond? Let's learn from each other's stories because, as Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Listening to and remembering the little things is not just about attraction, it's about building connections that last. If you truly want to recognise when a woman is secretly drawn to you, start noticing the little things she remembers. Those small details are her way of saying, "You matter." A modern Stoic man doesn't overlook these signs. He honours them with thoughtful presence and care. So right now, drop a comment saying, "I see the signs and honour the small things." Like this video, subscribe for more timeless wisdom. And remember, real connection grows in the details you don't overlook. Sign number 5, polite interactions. Polite interactions? This is not mere politeness. This is a silent declaration of deep, hidden attraction. When a woman respects you, listens intently, remembers what you say, and makes you feel truly important, she's sending a clear message. You matter to her. This goes far beyond surface-level courtesy. It's an active, deliberate choice to engage with you fully, to honour your thoughts, and to show genuine curiosity about your life. She maintains eye contact that holds your attention, asks sharp questions about your passions, and never lets your words fall into silence without acknowledgement. Remember the wisdom of Seneca, who said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." A woman who respects you this way is already drawn to your strength and character. In the modern world, where distractions are endless and attention is scarce, giving someone your full presence is the highest form of respect and a powerful sign of attraction. This respect isn't given lightly, it's earned and intentional. It's her way of saying you're not just another face in the crowd, you are someone worth noticing, worth listening to, worth valuing. If she invests this energy in your conversations, she's mentally marking you as significant in her life story. The real power lies in recognizing these moments, in understanding that respect is her gateway to deeper connection. This is not about chasing or guessing, it's about reading the signs and responding with confidence. Men, this is your call to action. Notice who truly values your presence, who honors your voice, and who chooses to invest their respect in you. Own this dynamic. If you see this sign, lean in, engage, Build on this foundation of respect and watch how attraction flourishes naturally. Don't let this moment slip away. Engage with intention, command the space you deserve, and demand the respect that signals a real interest. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Show respect back, but only to those who show it first. This is your power, your advantage, your path to mastery in relationships. Like if you recognize the power of respectful connection, comment below with one word that defines respect to you, and subscribe for more sharp insights that put you in control of your love life. Remember, attraction hides in respect. Respect opens doors. Respect wins hearts. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. Sign number 4, emotional openness. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, one of the clearest signs she shows is emotional openness. But this isn't just casual small talk, it's an invitation to dive deeper, a subtle but unmistakable gesture that reveals her true feelings. She'll begin to share her thoughts, dreams, fears, and even her vulnerabilities with you. This is not something women do lightly, as emotional openness requires a deep level of trust. She's showing you the inner workings of her mind and heart, and in that moment, you must recognize the significance. As the great philosopher Aristotle once said, love is composed of a single soul inhabiting 2 bodies, and emotional openness is the gateway to that soul-to-soul connection. Psychological studies reveal that when we open up to someone, it deepens the bond and fosters trust. So when she confides in you, whether seeking advice or revealing a personal story, take note. She's telling you that she values your opinion, that you are someone she trusts to carry her thoughts and emotions. Research consistently supports the idea that couples who connect emotionally enjoy stronger, more resilient relationships. It's not just about listening. It's about making her feel heard and understood in a world that often feels disconnected. Think of emotional openness as a doorway to something real and meaningful. As a modern Stoic, you are likely familiar with the importance of controlling your emotions and observing situations without overreacting. But that doesn't mean you should ignore the emotional cues of others. Recognizing these signs and responding with empathy is not weakness, it's strength. When she opens up, engage with her. Don't simply nod and move on. Actively listen, show that you value her vulnerability, and make her feel safe in sharing more. This is how you build genuine connections, the kind that are not easily broken. In the realm of relationships, especially for men between the ages of 35 and 70, you may find that you've experienced relationships based on attraction, convenience, or even fleeting infatuations. But emotional openness leads to something far more substantial, genuine, lasting bonds. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If you are alert to the emotional signals around you and react with emotional intelligence, you elevate your own understanding of what makes a relationship thrive. Now, this is where you must make a choice. Do you truly want to form a bond that lasts, one that is grounded in emotional openness and mutual trust? Or do you wish to remain indifferent, blind to the signals and opportunities in front of you? The Stoic mindset urges us to face the truth head-on, without letting fear or ego cloud our judgment. Take this as an opportunity to rise above the superficial interactions of the past. Engage with her, build rapport, and let the connection flow naturally. But don't just listen, respond. When a woman shares her personal struggles or dreams with you, she's not just looking for advice, she's looking for understanding. In these moments, let her know you are there for her, that her thoughts matter. This will foster deeper empathy and mutual respect. The most powerful relationships are those in which both parties feel emotionally secure, where both partners can be open, vulnerable, and unafraid of judgment. If you want to build a strong, lasting connection with her, give her the emotional space to be herself. In return, you will receive her genuine affection and loyalty. The more emotionally open she becomes, the stronger the bond grows. Like a Stoic sage, you will learn that these moments of emotional exchange are not a sign of weakness, but a profound opportunity for growth. Do not take these signals for granted. Embrace them. Recognize the value in what she is offering. It's a precious gift, and the way you handle it will define the future of your connection. You must also be mindful of how you handle emotional openness. A common mistake is to dismiss or downplay her feelings, thinking it will somehow protect you or keep things under control. But true mastery, as the Stoics would say, comes from embracing vulnerability, not only in yourself, but in others as well. When she opens up to you, see it as an opportunity to show her the depth of your own emotional strength and wisdom. It's about creating a space where both of you can connect on a deeper level. In the modern world, where relationships often seem shallow and fleeting, emotional openness is a rare and invaluable treasure. This is your moment to rise above the ordinary and create something meaningful. Don't shy away from it. Engage with her stories, show empathy, be the rock she can trust in, and when she offers her heart to you, recognize the power in that gesture. By engaging deeply, you'll not only win her heart, but build a lasting, fulfilling connection that transcends the superficial. So remember, emotional openness is a sign of attraction, trust, and a desire for a deeper connection. Don't just let these moments pass by. Seize them. Make her feel heard, understood, and safe. In doing so, you'll forge a bond that goes beyond the surface, one that lasts for years to come. Take action now, because the way you respond today will shape your future relationships. If you want to become the man who knows how to truly connect, how to engage emotionally with women, now is the time. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Embrace it and watch your relationships flourish. This is your chance to master emotional intelligence, deepen your connections, and create a relationship that lasts. If you believe in this power, comment below, like, and subscribe for more insights on how to build genuine connections that stand the test of time. Your journey towards becoming a modern Stoic, capable of reading and engaging with emotional signals, starts here. Sign number 3, genuine laughter. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her laughter serves as one of the most authentic and revealing signs of her feelings, far surpassing superficial smiles or polite chuckles. Genuine laughter is often described as the shortest distance between two people because it effortlessly breaks down barriers and creates an immediate emotional bridge. This laughter is not simply a response to something funny, but a heartfelt expression that lights up her entire face and reveals a deep, unspoken connection. It is the kind of laughter that bubbles up spontaneously, causing her eyes to crinkle with delight and her body to relax in your presence. When she laughs at your jokes, even those that might not be all that funny, it is her way of signaling warmth, acceptance, and an eagerness to engage on a more personal level. It's as if through laughter, she is quietly saying, "I feel safe with you. I want to be closer to you." This subtle but powerful sign reflects an emotional openness that transcends words and social etiquette, forming a bond built on genuine enjoyment and trust. Psychologists have long studied the impact of laughter on human connection, noting that genuine laughter triggers the release of endorphins, those natural chemicals in the brain responsible for feelings of happiness and well-being. These endorphins don't just improve mood, they actively foster social bonding and trust between people, which are essential for deepening relationships. From a modern Stoic perspective, this phenomenon highlights a profound truth. Authentic joy found in meaningful interactions is central to living a fulfilling life. Stoicism teaches us to seek harmony with others and to embrace moments of true connection without being ruled by superficial emotions or distractions. Genuine laughter, then, becomes more than just a spontaneous reaction. It embodies the Stoic ideal of engaging fully in the present, appreciating honest human connection, and finding joy in the simplicity of shared experiences. In today's world, where distractions abound, many interactions are filtered through screens and social media, the rarity of authentic laughter makes it an even more significant signal. When you notice that a woman's laughter is genuine, when it's spontaneous, her eyes sparkle, and she appears relaxed and open, it's an unmistakable sign she feels comfortable and emotionally safe around you. This is her way of showing that she values your company deeply and is willing to be vulnerable, which is a cornerstone of any genuine attraction. Vulnerability paired with joy creates a fertile ground for intimacy to grow. It's a reminder that, despite the complexity of modern life, human beings still crave and respond to simple, joyful exchanges that affirm our connection to one another. Moreover, understanding this sign can empower you to respond thoughtfully, creating a positive feedback loop that nurtures the budding attraction. When she laughs genuinely, reciprocate with your own sincere humour and lightheartedness. Avoid forced jokes or trying too hard. Instead, let your responses come naturally, fostering a relaxed and playful atmosphere. This mutual exchange of joy builds trust and shows her that you are equally engaged in creating an authentic connection. In a sense, this is a practical application of Stoic wisdom, maintaining equanimity and presence while embracing life's moments of happiness without clinging to them, allowing the relationship to develop organically. The power of laughter as a sign of attraction is not just about surface-level amusement, but about what it reveals beneath the exterior. The emotional safety she feels with you, her desire to connect, and her subtle willingness to let down her guard. In a culture that often encourages guardedness and emotional distance, recognizing and valuing this kind of laughter can set you apart as someone attuned to deeper human signals. It encourages you to cultivate patience, attentiveness, and genuine kindness, all of which are virtues championed by modern Stoicism. By embracing these qualities, you create a space where authentic joy and attraction can thrive naturally. Ultimately, when a woman's laughter is genuine and spontaneous around you, it is a profound sign that she is secretly attracted and emotionally invested. It signals that she sees you as someone who makes her feel alive, joyful, and safe, a rare and precious combination. By appreciating this sign and responding with your own authentic lightness, you not only deepen the connection, but also enrich your own experience of meaningful human interaction. In a world often cluttered with superficial communication, genuine laughter becomes a powerful reminder of the simple yet profound ways people express their true feelings. It invites you to slow down, be present, and cherish the beautiful moments where attraction quietly reveals itself through joy. Sign number 2, the delicate touch. Have you ever caught yourself in a moment when a woman reaches out with a subtle touch, a gentle brush on your arm, a light tap on your shoulder, that seems almost accidental but carries a world of unspoken meaning? These delicate touches are far from random. They're her quiet way of signaling growing comfort and attraction toward you, a silent language that transcends words. In a world saturated with digital noise and filtered messages, touch stands out as a primal, authentic form of communication that cuts through the confusion and uncertainty. It's not merely about physical closeness, but an expression of emotional intimacy, trust, and a safe space where vulnerability can surface without fear. Science supports this. Research consistently shows that even the smallest physical contact activates parts of our brain responsible for trust and emotional bonding. When she touches you, she's dismantling invisible barriers, inviting you into a deeper, more meaningful connection. This simple physical gesture often sparks the release of oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone, which cultivates calm, trust, and closeness, essential elements for any genuine relationship. In today's hyper-digital era, where communication is often reduced to texts and social media posts, these fleeting touches reclaim a powerful role. They convey layers of emotion that words on a screen can never capture. Notice how she might subtly touch your arm while laughing at your joke or lean in slightly as you talk. These moments are her way of bridging the gap between mere acquaintanceship and emotional intimacy. Such gestures, while understated, are consistent signals, part of a silent dialogue that reveals her feelings more honestly than words might. The beauty lies in their subtlety. They're like whispers of attraction, invitations to engage on a deeper level. These physical signs are windows into her inner world, reflecting trust and comfort she's chosen to share with you. Why is touch so potent? Because as humans, we are wired for connection, and touch is one of the most immediate and instinctive ways to establish it. Yet, in the philosophy of modern Stoicism, which values emotional mastery and rational self-control, such touches are not impulsive but deliberate, meaningful expressions of trust and respect. When a woman initiates contact, it's a measured vulnerability, a decision to lower her defenses in your presence. This is a profound act of courage and openness, offering you a chance to respond with integrity, honoring her trust or risking its loss. Recognizing this delicate dynamic invites you to navigate relationships with awareness and emotional intelligence, cultivating connections rooted in mutual respect rather than fleeting desires. By tuning into these subtle physical cues, you're not just spotting signs of attraction. You're honing your ability to interpret the nuanced dance of modern relationships, where words often fall short. The delicate touch becomes a vital bridge, a non-verbal handshake between hearts that speaks volumes about readiness for something deeper. When you acknowledge and reciprocate these gestures with genuine attention, you lay the groundwork for a relationship built on trust, respect, and emotional depth. So next time you feel that fleeting touch, don't dismiss it as mere coincidence. Recognize it as an invitation, a quiet but powerful declaration that she's opening herself up to you, and perhaps ready to explore a more meaningful connection together. In this modern age, where true intimacy can be elusive, these moments of touch offer a timeless reminder of our shared humanity and the profound bonds we seek. Sign number 1. She remembers the small details you share. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, one of the most revealing signs is her remarkable ability to remember the little things you say, the kind of details that others might overlook or forget. This shows a deep level of attention and genuine interest. From a Stoic perspective, this trait highlights her mindfulness and focus on meaningful connection rather than shallow interaction. Think about the everyday conversations you have with different people. Most likely, casual acquaintances don't recall what you shared a day or a week ago, but when she remembers your favorite coffee order, the name of your childhood pet, or even a challenge you mentioned at work, it means she is not only listening, but valuing what you say. This kind of attentive memory reflects the ancient Stoic virtue of practical wisdom. She's discerning what matters and applying it thoughtfully in your interactions. Remember the words of Seneca, who said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." She's fully present with you, soaking in your story and making it part of her own understanding. This shows she's not casually attracted. She's engaged on a level that respects your identity and experiences. In real life, this can manifest in subtle but powerful ways. For example, she might bring up a topic you mentioned days earlier or surprise you with a small gift related to your interests. These actions are more than politeness. They're a reflection of her emotional investment. For you, this means you have someone who genuinely cares and values your life story. Instead of rushing to grand gestures or verbal affirmations, she chooses to build connections slowly and meaningfully. Her remembering details creates a steady foundation of trust and intimacy. When you notice this, respond with gratitude and reciprocate by remembering things about her too. This mutual mindfulness nurtures a balanced, authentic bond rooted in respect and understanding, a core principle in both Stoicism and healthy modern relationships. If you found this insight powerful, comment below and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on mastering connection and Stoic strength. Now, commit this to memory and type it in the comments to own your power. I am a man who values and is valued deeply. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. Remember, the next time you're around someone who might be secretly attracted to you, take a moment to really observe those small, subtle signs. It could be a lingering glance that holds just a little too long, a playful touch that feels more than accidental, or a deep conversation that goes beyond everyday chit-chat. These little moments often speak louder than words ever could. In the spirit of Stoicism, It's important to stay calm and observant so you can see things clearly without letting emotions cloud your judgment. When you notice these signs, you gain valuable insight, not just into how she feels, but also into how you can respond with confidence and thoughtfulness. This clarity helps you build stronger, more meaningful connections, rather than getting caught up in guesswork or uncertainty. My sincere advice to you is this: don't rush to conclusions or let your emotions take over. Instead, approach these moments with calm confidence and open awareness. This way, you not only understand her better, but also create space for a deeper, more genuine relationship to grow. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on attraction, confidence, and navigating relationships with wisdom. And I'd love to hear from you. Share your own experiences and thoughts in the comments below. How have you noticed these subtle signs in your life? What worked for you? Thanks again for watching. Take care of yourself, stay thoughtful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. A woman who cheats always leaves these signs. Female psychology, Stoicism, modern Stoic. The truth does not change according to our ability to stomach it. Flannery O'Connor. Let's start with clarity, not comfort. Infidelity rarely kicks down the door. It's more like a slow leak in the foundation, quiet, persistent, and often ignored until the damage is undeniable. Before the heart breaks, the signs whisper. A woman who's drifting, emotionally or physically, doesn't vanish without a trace. She leaves fingerprints, shifts in her energy, subtle fractures in connection that, if you're honest with yourself, you can feel long before anything explodes. It could be in the sidelong glances that never meet your own, the sudden wall of secrecy, passwords, silenced phones, late nights with no explanation, a new wardrobe, a sharper look, hours at the gym. But the compliments don't come your way. Physical closeness evaporates, conversations turn hollow, and even silence feels different. She's present, but not here. These are not coincidences. They are patterns, clues. Yet too many men, strong on the outside but uncertain within, dismiss them. She's just tired. She needs space. It's probably nothing. We explain away discomfort to protect a fragile version of the truth, but a man rooted in Stoicism doesn't seek protection from pain. He seeks perspective through it. The Stoics taught us to look at life as it is, not as we wish it to be. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That same principle applies to your relationships. The discomfort you feel, that tightness in your chest, the unease in your gut, is not weakness. It's wisdom asking to be heard. This is not about blame or bitterness. It's about being awake. Some betrayals come from wounds, from people who are lost, confused, or searching for something they cannot name. But your role isn't to fix them. It's to honor what you observe. Because when you ignore the signs, you surrender your boundaries. And what you excuse, you eventually endure. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to explode. But you do need to see. Not to become cynical, but to become clear. Not to live in fear, but to live with your eyes open. If something in your relationship feels misaligned, don't shame yourself for noticing. Trust the quiet part of you that knows. A wise man does not chase ghosts, but neither does he ignore the creaks in his floorboards. Let's explore the signs, not to harden you, but to sharpen you, because pain may visit us, but dignity should never have to leave. Let's begin. Sign 1. Her attention shifts, and she pretends it hasn't. Her attention doesn't disappear, it quietly shifts, and while she may act like nothing has changed, you know better, you feel it, not in your head, but in your gut, like when the air turns still before a thunderstorm. One day, she's laughing at your jokes, texting you just to say she misses you, asking about your day like it matters to her. Then slowly, something fades. You tell a story that would have made her laugh months ago, but now she barely smiles. Her responses become shorter, colder, and the warmth that once made you feel seen has gone missing. She's still there, Technically, but it's like talking to a version of her that's running on autopilot. And when you try to bring it up, to make sense of what you're seeing, she throws it back at you. You're overthinking. You've been distant too. Don't be so dramatic. These aren't answers, they're distractions. And deep down, you know it. Because women don't emotionally detach for no reason. When her spirit starts to drift, it's often already halfway gone. Whether it's into someone else's attention, a dream of escape, or a longing to feel free again. Here's a real-life example to make this even clearer. Imagine this. A man, let's call him Mike, has been with his wife for 12 years. They've built a home, raised 2 kids, and built a routine. But somewhere along the way, Mike got comfortable. He stopped asking her how her day went, assuming she'd tell him if it mattered. He started spending his evenings scrolling his phone, zoning out in front of the TV, not out of disrespect, but out of exhaustion, habit, or distraction. His wife, Lisa, meanwhile, started reconnecting with old college friends online, casually at first. One day, a guy from her past sent a funny meme, then a compliment, then a memory from the good old days. It sparked something in her she hadn't felt in years. Laughter, interest, lightness. Suddenly, her phone became her escape. Mike noticed her pulling away. She didn't laugh at dinner. She was just tired every night. The intimacy faded. When he finally asked, "What's going on?" she snapped, "You're just being paranoid." But she was already gone, emotionally. Mike had sensed it for weeks, but had no language for what he felt. That right there, that creeping shift in energy, in presence, in desire, is how it starts. And here's where timeless wisdom steps in. As Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." These moments, when the connection fades and confusion replaces comfort, this is the friction, the test, and how you respond will shape who you are becoming. Most men make one of 2 mistakes. They either ignore the signs, hoping things will magically reset, or they panic and cling, overwhelming her and losing themselves in the process. But the path of the modern Stoic, rooted in presence, not panic, is different. You observe without illusion. You ask, "Is this within my control?" You don't accuse her. You examine yourself. Have you become too passive? Have you lost your edge? Are you still living with purpose or just existing? See, the world today makes emotional loyalty fragile. There are more distractions than ever. The buzz of social media, the dopamine hit of a like, the fantasy of escape that's just one message away. Emotional betrayal often begins long before physical lines are crossed, and when a woman's energy starts going elsewhere, when she's no longer emotionally invested, you don't need to catch her cheating. The disconnection is the evidence. So what can a man do when he feels this shift? He doesn't beg. He doesn't chase. He elevates. He confronts himself. He wakes up. Not for her, but for himself. A man who lives with purpose, who sharpens his mind, stays physically strong, emotionally grounded, spiritually aligned, is harder to replace, harder to shake. Whether she comes back or walks away, he stands tall. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Her distance is not the end, it's the lesson. Let it break your comfort. Let it reignite your discipline. Let it call you back to the man you once were, or the man you need to become. The signs are always there. A woman doesn't pull away because she's trying to hurt you. She pulls away because something inside her has changed. Your job isn't to fix her. Your job is to see clearly, act with strength and rise, no matter the outcome. Real strength isn't about holding on to what's leaving. It's about holding on to yourself. Staying aware, staying awake, staying powerful. If this message resonates with you, like this video, send it to a man who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more grounded truth and timeless wisdom. We're building a space for real men, honest, strong, and unshakable. Share your story in the comments. Have you ever seen these signs before the relationship collapsed? Let's talk. Let's grow together. Comment to remember. I choose clarity over illusion. Sign 2. She picks fights that don't make sense. She starts fights that come out of nowhere. At least, that's how it feels. One day, she's upset because you didn't text back quickly enough while you were at work. The next, she's turning a few unwashed dishes into a grand narrative about how you never really see her or care. You're left scratching your head, wondering when the mood shifted, when the warmth turned into cold accusations. But here's the truth most men miss. It's not about the text or the dishes, and deep down, you know it. What you're witnessing is emotional displacement, a subtle but powerful psychological defense mechanism where someone offloads internal conflict by finding external fault. In this case, when a woman begins to emotionally detach, or worse, steps outside the relationship, she may begin to project her own guilt onto you. It's like a guilty conscience trying to justify its actions by turning you into the bad guy. Suddenly, everything is your fault. You don't communicate well. You're too busy. You've lost touch. The Stoics warned us that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. And you're now caught in the crossfire of her imagined grievances, which help her justify behaviour she herself may be struggling to admit. Think about it like this. If she's emotionally involved with someone else, even if only in her thoughts, the dissonance between who she is and who she claims to be becomes unbearable. So she shifts the burden. She needs a reason to feel right, so you must be wrong. That's when phrases like, "I just need space to figure myself out," or "you don't support my growth," start to appear, sounding almost noble, but often masking betrayal under the costume of self-discovery. And while modern culture frequently praises finding yourself, the truth is that real growth never requires deception or destruction. Imagine this. A man in his 50s, let's call him Dan, a solid provider who thought his marriage of 20 years was on stable ground. Suddenly, his wife starts criticizing everything, from how he loads the dishwasher to the way he talks to her friends. It seemed petty, but the tension was real. What Dan didn't see right away was that these fights were a smokescreen. His wife had been reconnecting with an old college flame online, and the guilt was eating away at her. Rather than confront it, she made Dan the problem. This is emotional misdirection. A classic way of shifting attention and blame. Most men, especially those raised to be protectors and providers, fall into the trap of overcorrecting. They try to fix what seems broken, not realizing they're being emotionally baited. You begin walking on eggshells, questioning your own behavior, trying harder to please her, not knowing you're playing a role in a narrative she's already rewritten. Ancient wisdom says, "He who angers you conquers you." When you react with confusion, guilt, or desperation, you hand over your power. Instead, like a modern Stoic, you must remain grounded. Observe instead of react. Listen not just to what is said, but to what is avoided. Is she deflecting from her own inconsistencies? Are her accusations disproportionate or sudden? Has she started rewriting the history of your relationship, claiming you were always distant, always wrong? These are signs, gentlemen. They may not come with flashing lights, but they are consistent. Increased secrecy with her phone, an overemphasis on needing independence, mood swings that seem unprovoked, or even a sudden reinvention of identity that excludes you entirely. In today's world, this behavior is often disguised as empowerment, wrapped in buzzwords like healing and alignment. But let's be clear. Empowerment built on blame is a house of cards. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Integrity is still the cornerstone of true personal growth, and when someone justifies hurting you as part of their journey, it's a red flag, not a revelation. Your role in this is not to convince her to stay or decode her shifting moods. Your role is to remain centered, strong, and honest with yourself. Is this relationship still based on mutual respect and truth, or are you holding onto a version of her that no longer exists? A memory, not a person? This isn't about being bitter or closing off. It's about waking up. You don't win back respect by begging for clarity from someone who's already rewritten the script. You earn peace by stepping out of the confusion and standing firm in your values. Think of a friend of mine, Mark, who after years of feeling like a stranger in his own home, finally recognized that the constant criticism and detachment weren't about him. They were a shield for her guilt. When he stopped chasing explanations and started reclaiming his time, space, and confidence, he didn't just survive the end of the relationship, he rebuilt a better version of himself. And you can too. You must understand, seeing the signs doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. Denial delays healing. Awareness begins it. In the words of Epictetus, no man is free who is not master of himself. That means mastering not just your emotions, but your boundaries, your expectations, and your sense of self-worth. Don't let someone else's guilt become your emotional burden. Choose clarity over chaos, dignity over desperation, and peace over performance. So now I ask you, have you ever felt this shift, where the fights didn't make sense and the warmth slowly disappeared? Did you notice the justifications, the role reversal, the subtle rewriting of your shared history? Drop your experience in the comments below. Let's talk man to man, not in bitterness, but in wisdom. Because the more we recognize the patterns, the more power we gain to navigate love, not just with hope, but with clarity and strength. Sign 3. The intimacy vanishes or mutates. When a woman begins to drift, it doesn't explode like thunder. It fades like a whisper, slow, quiet, invisible to the untrained eye, but screaming to the man who sees with awareness, not just sight. The first betrayal doesn't start with another man's hands. It starts when hers stop touching you with love. The intimacy vanishes or mutates. She pulls away, and you feel it. The warmth turns to routine. Her body's there, but her soul isn't. Her eyes avoid yours. Her touch becomes mechanical, her passion replaced by performance. Or worse, she flips the script, becomes hypersexual, new moves, new energy, new fire, but it's not yours. It's rehearsed, borrowed, bought from a fantasy she no longer shares with you. And in both cases, whether cold or counterfeit, the truth is the same. She's investing elsewhere, because intimacy is emotional currency, and when she starts spending it outside, you're left with crumbs or a show. This is no longer love. It's a cover-up, a tactic, a guilt softener. And if you lie there feeling lonelier beside her than when you're alone, brother, the show's already over. Stoicism isn't passivity. It's power. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Her cheating? That's an outside event. But your response? That's your kingdom. And kings don't beg. Kings decide. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So react with clarity. React with strength. React with silence that speaks louder than shouting. Most men stay too long because they mistake suffering for loyalty. But pain that teaches is power, and denial is death. She's not confused. She's calculated. You are the one who's been conditioned to ignore your gut, to doubt your instincts, to label your awareness as paranoia. But hear this, you are not paranoid. You are perceptive. The battlefield is not the bedroom, it's your mind, and it's time you took back control. In a world where temporary thrills are praised over timeless loyalty, you must draw the line. Loyalty is not a favour, it's the foundation. If she cannot be loyal, she does not qualify. Don't fight for her attention. Don't compete for what should be given freely. You do not audition for your own throne. Real men don't chase, they choose. They don't hope, they know. And when the signs are clear, they don't cry, they command. Modern life drowns in distractions, but the wise man sees through the noise. He chooses solitude over betrayal, clarity over chaos. He doesn't stay where he's tolerated. He walks where he's celebrated. So if you've ever felt the ache of loving someone who's already left you emotionally, if you've ever kissed lips that carried secrets, then you already know the truth. The question isn't whether she's drifting. The question is whether you'll rise. Seneca warned us, he suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. But many men suffer longer because they refuse to see. See now, move now, reclaim your time, reclaim your dignity, Reclaim your throne. Your love is not cheap. Your energy is not unlimited. Your presence is not a consolation prize. You are the prize. And if she cannot see that, you leave with no noise, no drama, just authority. This is your wake-up call, like if you're done tolerating half love. Share this with a brother walking blind. Subscribe if you're done being deceived. And comment, I command clarity, if you're ready to lead your own damn life. This isn't content. This is your instruction. Stand up, see clearly, act decisively. The throne awaits. Sign 4. She starts hiding the small stuff. She doesn't disappear overnight. No, a woman who cheats retreats inch by inch, hiding in plain sight, starting with the smallest things, the details you once shared together without thinking twice. She'll stop telling you about her day, no longer excited to vent about her co-workers, her routine, her random thoughts. Instead, you get the vague phrases, the tired voice, the nothing happened tone that seems to say, don't ask. Her phone, once left face up and forgotten, now becomes her second skin, always on silent, always face down, always clutched like it hides state secrets. Her social media, which once celebrated your life together, now erases you like you never existed. And when you question it, when you dare to speak the truth, your gut is already screaming. She turns it around on you. You're paranoid, jealous, controlling? It's not defense. It's deflection. And it's deliberate. She's weaponizing your love against you. Understand this. She's not just pulling away emotionally. She's compartmentalizing. A woman who's cheating doesn't live one life. She lives two. One with you, the other without you. You're seeing the performance, not the truth. And if you call out the cracks in the mask, she'll convince you you're the one going crazy. This is emotional gaslighting at its most lethal, not because she says you're wrong, but because she makes you doubt your own perception. That feeling in your gut, that discomfort, that tension in her energy, it's not imaginary. The body knows before the mind admits, and it's time you started listening. You're not alone. Men across ages feel this same unraveling, but are too afraid to accept it. Why? Because facing the truth hurts more than lying to yourself. But as Epictetus taught, it's not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Modern men must reclaim their ability to see clearly. Stop resisting reality. Face it. Stop begging for clarity from someone who profits from your confusion. Begin observing, not reacting, with stoic calm. Has she pulled you into her world, or is she subtly building a new one where you no longer belong? Is she with you, or just next to you? In today's hyper-connected world, temptations are everywhere. It's easy to get lost in DMs, dating apps, or fantasies reignited by old flames. But ease does not equal excuse. A committed woman doesn't disappear emotionally. A loyal woman doesn't hide behind vague answers and accuse you when you notice. A real partner shows up, even when things get tough. And when someone you love begins to ghost you in real time, don't let fear blind you. Don't let her shame tactics make you second-guess your sanity. You are not weak for noticing. You're strong for confronting. Here's what a modern Stoic man does. He doesn't chase what's running away. He doesn't try to win back what's already gone. He stands tall. He anchors himself in truth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." So ask yourself, is this relationship built on truth? If not, then what exactly are you holding on to? If her loyalty is gone, then your clarity is your sword. Use it. Don't betray yourself in the name of love. She may have her secrets, but those are hers to carry. Your job is to rise above the fog, to lead yourself out of emotional chaos and back into self-respect. And remember, when she lies, distracts, or gaslights, it's not just her loyalty in question, it's your identity. Don't lose who you are trying to hold on to who she was. Choose power. Choose peace. Choose self-mastery. Comment, I choose clarity over chaos, if you're ready to stop ignoring the signs and start standing in truth. Like, share, subscribe, because men everywhere need to hear this. This isn't just content, it's a call to power. Sign 5. Her words say love, but her actions say otherwise. Her words may echo with warmth, but if her actions paint a colder picture, that dissonance is not just a passing mood. It's a deeper signal, one that men often ignore because they want to believe in the comfort of words more than the discomfort of reality. She might still say, "I care about you," or "You mean everything to me." But if your gut feels hollow every time you hear it, that's not paranoia, it's perception. You start to notice that the affectionate touches are no longer spontaneous, the conversations lack substance, and the once genuine laughter now feels like background noise. This isn't just emotional drift, it's the silent unraveling of connection. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, wrote that we must observe people not by their declarations, but by the patterns of their actions, and in this truth lies your power. When a woman says she loves you but increasingly avoids intimacy, dismisses your emotional needs, or seems more invested in how things appear to others than how they feel between the two of you, she is revealing more than her words ever could. In Stoic thought, clarity comes from embracing what is real, not what is wished for, and this is where emotional resilience begins. Modern men, particularly those in midlife, between 35 and 70, are especially vulnerable to this contradiction because they've built emotional loyalty over years, often decades. You remember the fire in her eyes when you first met, the shared dreams, the late-night talks that made you feel like the center of her universe, but clinging to those memories can blind you to what's happening now. Female psychology reveals a pattern men often underestimate. Emotional withdrawal almost always precedes infidelity. By the time she entertains the thought of cheating, she's usually been gone emotionally for far longer than you realized. Her words persist out of habit, or perhaps guilt, but the soul of her love, if it was ever truly there, has exited. You might catch yourself brushing off your observations saying, "She's just tired," or "We've both been busy." But when kindness feels performative, affection is rationed, and only surfaces in public or out of obligation, you're not crazy for noticing. These are psychological defense mechanisms, or camouflage, to delay the inevitable reckoning. The Stoics would see this as your moment of clarity, a quiet unveiling that demands not outrage, but honest assessment. You see, the problem isn't that you don't know something is wrong, it's that you hope you're wrong. And hope, as comforting as it can be, is not a strategy. Seneca warned that deceiving oneself is more damaging than being deceived by others. The lies we tell ourselves. She's just going through something, or it'll get better soon, keep us stuck in limbo. But love isn't meant to be deciphered like a puzzle. It should be felt in its consistency. In today's world of constant distractions, endless social media validations, and emotional detachment masked as independence, it's become easy for people to drift apart while still going through the motions. But the man who chooses to see clearly, rather than hope blindly, arms himself with dignity. And here lies a critical truth. When someone loves you, genuinely loves you, they don't make you doubt it. Love is not about saying the right words under the right lighting. It's about the mundane moments, the way she remembers what matters to you, how she stands by you in silence, not just speaks when convenient. Now imagine this from another angle. Suppose a close friend told you that you meant the world to him, but never returned your calls, always cancelled plans, and only reached out when he needed something. You wouldn't hesitate to call that out, right? Yet with romantic partners, especially long-term ones, we often tolerate the kind of treatment we'd never accept from anyone else. Why? Because we confuse shared history with shared intention. But memories don't build the future. Actions do. In a modern context, this awareness is crucial. Life today moves fast, filled with responsibilities, but even amid chaos, people show up for what they care about. A partner who slowly fades out emotionally is showing you where their priorities lie. And while it hurts, acknowledging this empowers you to stop chasing ghosts and start honouring your own worth. Wisdom isn't just found in spotting deceit, it's found in refusing to live under it. So what do you do when you've seen the signs and can no longer deny the truth? You don't grovel for connection. You don't plead for her to love you in the way she used to. What you do is reclaim your voice. Talk, set boundaries, and if necessary, walk. Do it with calm, do it with clarity, but above all, do it with self-respect. There's no shame in trying to fix things, but there is danger in trying to fix someone who's already checked out. The Stoic path doesn't preach detachment out of bitterness. It teaches detachment through wisdom. And wisdom is recognizing that love is not earned through suffering. It is shown through presence, action, and unwavering respect. A woman who loves you doesn't leave you guessing. She doesn't weaponize silence or affection. Her love is steady, not theatrical. It's reliable, not reactive. That's the love you hold on to. And if it's not what you're getting, then you're not the one losing. In the end, all a man can do is trust the evidence before him, not the nostalgic memories, not the hopeful words, but the truth reflected in daily behavior. And once you recognize that truth, you regain your power, not just to walk away, but to walk forward with your dignity. The kind of love that matters doesn't confuse you. It comforts you. It doesn't hide in shadows. It stands in the open. And remember this above all: I trust actions, not words. Let that be your compass in love, in life, and in every decision you make from this day forward. Comment to remember: I trust actions, not words. Sign 6. She becomes overly independent suddenly. Sometimes, the first sign is so quiet you almost miss it. She becomes overly independent, suddenly and inexplicably. What once was a life of shared errands, weekend rituals, and spontaneous laughter starts to drift into two parallel tracks, slowly turning into a quiet coexistence rather than a genuine connection. She begins insisting on doing things alone, not as an occasional preference, but as a new pattern. Solo grocery trips, unexplained solo gym sessions, hobbies she once enjoyed with you now pursued in solitude. While independence in a relationship is not only healthy but necessary, this kind of abrupt and pervasive shift isn't growth. It's often emotional withdrawal. As Epictetus profoundly stated, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. But when that freedom morphs into avoidance, when she stops inviting you into her daily world, you must ask yourself what that independence is really masking. Is it empowerment, or is it escape? We must tread carefully here, because modern society has conditioned many of us, particularly men in midlife, to admire Stoicism as silence, to mistake strength for passivity. We tell ourselves, she needs space, and we give it, thinking it's virtuous, thinking we're being supportive. But authentic Stoicism, as taught by the ancients, is not about ignoring signs. It's about embracing truth without emotional distortion. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. When a woman's thoughts begin to colour her actions in self-focus and secrecy, rather than shared intention and connection, it's not just a phase, it's a transformation you must pay attention to. Ask yourself, when she says she wants to do things alone now, when she rearranges her routines to no longer include you, does she seem lighter or distant? Is she seeking independence to flourish, or detaching to disappear? The change is rarely dramatic. It's subtle, creeping in under the guise of normal evolution. A new bedtime routine? A secretive tone when she mentions plans? Less eye contact, less laughter. Slowly, the we becomes me in her language and her choices. And men, we've been taught to overlook the emotional current beneath these surface behaviours. But these aren't just shifts in routine. They're signs of a deeper emotional unthreading. The Stoics taught the value of perception, to see things not just as they appear, but to look deeper. He who does not observe the movements of his own mind must of necessity be unhappy, wrote Marcus Aurelius. To live wisely, you must observe the quiet cues that something has shifted. Because when you start to feel more like a roommate than a romantic partner, more like a convenience than a companion, That's not emotional evolution. That's a fracture forming. And here's the deeper truth. When someone who once leaned on you emotionally now seems to be pushing you away in every aspect of life, it often means something unspoken is happening inside her. It could be guilt. It could be unmet desires. It could be resentment never voiced. Human behavior rarely changes so dramatically without internal unrest. While it's tempting to attribute her change to stress, work, or personal growth, don't dismiss the gut feeling that something is wrong. As Viktor Frankl wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. That challenge often starts with honest observation, not accusation, not overreaction, but awareness. For men between 35 and 70, this phase of life comes with a unique emotional landscape. Careers are maturing, children may be growing up or leaving home, and identity often shifts from builder to sustainer. During this period, the need for emotional intimacy and partnership doesn't diminish. It evolves. And yet, when your partner's actions begin to signal that the partnership is dissolving from the inside, your natural instinct might be to step back rather than lean in. But stepping back, in the name of respect or stoic detachment, can sometimes be the worst thing you can do. Being stoic does not mean being passive. It means remaining emotionally intelligent, calm under pressure, and honest with yourself. You must have the courage to confront the shift, not with blame, but with presence. Engage her in open dialogue, not interrogation. Express concern, not control. Ask not just about what she's doing, but how she's feeling. Real connection is about understanding the why behind the behavior. As Lao Tzu said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That step might be a conversation you've been afraid to have, but that conversation could be the difference between clarity and collapse. Gentlemen, I urge you not to ignore the growing silence, the lone schedules, the emotional void that seems to be replacing your shared life. Ask yourself, do you feel respected in this new arrangement, or do you feel like a shadow of the man you once were in her life? Has her newfound independence empowered your relationship, or eroded it? These are not easy questions, but they are essential, because awareness, true stoic awareness, is the first act of emotional self-respect. And from that awareness can come decisions rooted in strength, not fear. Whether that means rebuilding the bridge together or walking away with dignity, the first step is always the same: paying attention. I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you experienced a moment where a partner suddenly became overly independent? What did it mean in your life? And how did you respond? Your insights might help another man recognize the signs before it's too late. Because sometimes a shared story is all it takes to light the path forward for someone still in the dark. Sign 7. Her future plans no longer include you. When a woman begins to drift away, it won't always come with fireworks or final arguments. It often comes like fog creeping across a familiar landscape, subtle, quiet, almost invisible, until you realize you're standing alone in a place you once shared. It starts with the language. She used to say we, now it's I. We should travel becomes I want to travel. Let's get a place together becomes I've been thinking of moving. These shifts aren't just harmless slips of the tongue. They are emotional exit signs, quiet warnings that she's mapping out a future where you're no longer on the journey. And when you question it, she plays it off. You're being dramatic. Or, I just need time to figure things out. But understand this. What she calls space is often preparation for departure. You're not imagining things. You're witnessing detachment, withdrawal, the silent rewriting of a love story where your name no longer appears in the chapters ahead. This is the calm before the storm you never saw coming. You are no longer part of her dreams. That is the first and final sign. Before her body leaves, her mind does. Her heart exits room by room. You'll still have dinners. You'll still hear "love you" in passing. But her eyes, those eyes, stop meeting yours. Affection becomes duty. Kisses lose heat. Conversations get shorter. She becomes less present even when sitting right beside you. You feel it. The ghosting begins not with silence, but with hollow presence. This isn't just distance. This is emotional disconnection dressed as routine. And here's the brutal truth. You cannot fix what she has already emotionally abandoned. You are not overreacting. You are witnessing the quiet death of connection. And no, love isn't supposed to feel this confusing. Now here's the part you must hear like a command from a general. You do not chase a shadow. You do not beg a person to see you again when they've already chosen not to. Doing so shatters your dignity and strips you of your power. Remember the words of Epictetus. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. You cannot control her path. You cannot force her heart to return. But you can choose yours. You must choose yours. In her letting go, you find your call to rise, rebuild, refocus. Become the man who no longer begs for a place in someone else's fantasy. Become the man who commands his own reality. This is modern Stoicism. It's not passive acceptance. It's powerful detachment. It is the art of not needing what does not want you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So use this moment. Let it forge you. There's no glory in clinging to someone already mentally gone. There's no victory in waiting to be left. The real triumph? Leaving first in your mind, with clarity, with composure, and with a plan to become unshakable. Modern life feeds you lies, tells you to fight for her no matter what. But here's your wake-up call. She's not fighting for you. The signs are clear. Her dreams no longer carry your name. Her thoughts move without your presence. Her love, once your anchor, has set sail. So what do you do now? You rise, you level up, you reclaim the energy you spent trying to decode her silence and reinvest it into building a life so complete you never again beg to be included in someone else's. The world doesn't wait for the indecisive. The strong act, the wise observe, the disciplined endure. This is your call to arms. You've been sleepwalking through her exit. Now it's time to awaken and walk out with your head held high. Let go, with power, with purpose, and above all, with peace. Comment below. I choose strength over confusion. Like, subscribe, and share this with a brother who needs to hear it. The signs were there. Now you see them. Don't wait. Act. Cheating isn't a random act. It's a process. Cheating isn't chaos, it's calculation. It doesn't begin in the bedroom. It begins in the silence. The silence when she no longer lights up when you enter the room. The silence when she stops asking how your day was. It begins in the subtle shift from we to me, when her time becomes a guarded secret and her phone is suddenly off limits. That's not privacy. That's preparation. Understand this truth, like you understand your name. A woman who cheats leaves signs long before she ever touches another man. You see them, you feel them. But if you don't act, if you lie to yourself, you become a willing prisoner in your own castle. Men are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. Epictetus. Don't be the man who sees the signs and chooses denial over clarity. Because once her heart is gone, once she has emotionally relocated, her betrayal is no longer a matter of if. It's a matter of when. She detaches. She rewrites the story in her head, where you're the villain. And then she exits. Not with shame, but with a smile. And that's the wound that cuts deepest. Knowing you stayed loyal to a woman who had already written you out of her future. You must understand. Your standards are sacred. They are not suggestions. They are not negotiable. A man without boundaries is not a lover. He's a doormat. And every time you ignore the red flags, every time you justify her absence, you teach her that betrayal comes without consequence. What you allow is what will continue. That's not just a quote. It's a law of life. Modern Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about controlling them. It's about saying, I see what's happening, I accept it, and I act with strength, not weakness. You are not here to plead for affection. You are here to demand alignment. A woman who loves you won't put you in a position to question her loyalty. And if she does, You don't argue. You don't beg. You walk. Because real men don't cling to broken things. They rise above them. You don't heal in the same environment that broke you. Remember that. This is not about revenge. It's about respect for yourself. Social media will lie to you. Friends will tell you to work through it, even when the bridge is already ash. But your instincts, your gut, that ancient masculine force inside you, it doesn't lie. It's built on blood, survival, and generational wisdom. Listen to it. When something feels off, it is off. She's not busy. She's replacing you. She's not finding herself. She's finding someone else. Wake up. The longer you wait, the harder the cut. The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavour to be what you desire to appear. Socrates. You want to be respected? Then become a man who respects himself first. Let your boundaries speak before your words do. Let your silence scream what your voice no longer needs to explain. Now is the time to decide. Do you keep tolerating what tears you down, or do you rise and rebuild from the ashes? Do you chase her validation, or do you chase your vision? Do you sit in sorrow, or do you sharpen your soul? This betrayal can be your prison or your portal. This isn't the end, brother. It's the edge of something greater. Her leaving isn't a curse. It's a gift, a doorway, an unshackling. Out of difficulties grow miracles. Marcus Aurelius. Take this pain, forge it into purpose, mould it into muscle, and let the next chapter be written not in bitterness, but in brilliance. Become the man who never questions his worth again. The man who demands loyalty not through fear, but through presence, through power, through purpose. Comment clarity if this just ripped through your excuses. Like, share, and subscribe. Because this isn't just content. This is your call to arms. We don't lick wounds here. We forge warriors. We forge you. 8 signs you're a good-looking older man. Age gap, confidence, and attraction. Tips, Stoicism, modern Stoic. Love yourself first, and everything else falls into line. Eugenia Lucille Ball. Have you ever caught yourself wondering if you still turn heads as the years add up? Aging naturally brings up questions about how others see us, and it's easy to doubt our own magnetism. But here's the truth. Your appeal might be stronger than you think. In this video, we'll explore 8 unmistakable signs that prove you're a good-looking older man. These aren't just about youthful looks. They're about the quiet confidence in your posture, the way people respond to your energy, and the subtle cues that signal timeless attractiveness. Stick around until the end, because understanding these signs can not only boost your confidence, but also reshape how you view yourself moving forward. Before we jump in, if you find value in this message of embracing age and discovering beauty in every phase of life, please like this video. It really helps me keep creating content that matters. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. If you find this interesting, drop a 1 in the comments. If it's not something you're concerned about right now, keep watching. You won't waste your time. You never know when you might need this someday. All right, let's dive into what makes your attractiveness truly timeless. Number 1. Younger women seem comfortable around you. When younger women feel genuinely comfortable around you, it's a clear sign that you embody qualities far beyond physical appearance, qualities like confidence, maturity, and emotional stability that naturally draw them in. You might notice they laugh more freely at your jokes, stay longer in your company, or seek out conversations without any pressure or forced effort on your part. These small but meaningful behaviours reveal a deeper attraction rooted in how you carry yourself. As Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic emperor, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In this context, your years of experience and emotional resilience are what make you magnetic, turning potential barriers like age differences into strengths that attract. It's not about trying to impress with flashy clothes or loud talk. It's about the calm assurance you project, the quiet confidence of a man who is secure in his identity and values. Imagine walking into a room and noticing how you don't need to seek validation. Instead, people naturally gravitate toward your energy because it's steady and genuine. This is the essence of true confidence that younger women find irresistible. They sense a man who's grounded, emotionally intelligent, and respectful, qualities that are often rare in younger men. For example, consider how a man who listens attentively and shares thoughtful insights during a conversation immediately stands out, versus someone who dominates the talk or tries too hard to be funny. It's the authenticity in your interactions that builds a magnetic pull, much like how a well-rooted tree draws birds seeking shelter. In real life, this means embracing your experiences, learning from mistakes, and showing vulnerability when appropriate, which only enhances your appeal because it signals strength through honesty. Remember the words of Oscar Wilde, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." Younger women are not just attracted to your looks or status. They are drawn to the wisdom and calm presence that age and experience have shaped within you. This can translate into richer connections, where attraction isn't forced but flows naturally because you've mastered the art of being comfortable in your own skin. So instead of worrying about age gaps or trying to fit into a younger crowd, focus on being the best version of yourself, emotionally resilient, authentic, and confident. How have you noticed these qualities affect your interactions? Share your stories and insights in the comments below, and let's explore how confidence and attraction evolve with age together. Comment below. I attract with calm confidence. Number 2. You notice subtle flirting gestures directed at you. One of the most intriguing and telling signs that a woman is attracted to you, especially as a confident older man navigating the complexities of modern dating, lies in the subtle flirting gestures she directs your way. Gestures so delicate they often slip under the radar unless you sharpen your awareness. These nuanced signals are her way of expressing interest without overwhelming directness, a dance of connection rooted deeply in human psychology and social cues. For example, when she plays with her hair, twirling a strand, brushing it behind her ear, or running her fingers through it, she's not just idly fidgeting. She's unconsciously presenting herself in a way that invites your attention and admiration. It's a quiet, almost poetic act of self-presentation designed to subtly say, "Notice me, I want you to see me." This kind of gesture is classic yet timeless, echoing a primal desire to look and feel appealing while preserving her dignity and composure. Similarly, mirroring your movements is another profound but understated sign of connection. When she mirrors your posture, whether it's crossing her legs after you do, leaning back in sync, or matching your gestures, she's sending a powerful non-verbal message that she feels in tune with you. This mirroring is an instinctive social behavior rooted in empathy and rapport building, signaling that she's comfortable and eager to establish common ground. In the context of an age gap, where confidence and subtlety matter, recognizing these mirrored movements can deepen your understanding of her feelings and create an unspoken bond that transcends words. The beauty here is in the mutual rhythm you create, a silent language of attraction that says, "I'm with you, I see you, I am connected to you." Another compelling clue to her interest is the so-called accidental touch, those moments when her hand might lightly brush against your arm, or she accidentally grazes your hand while reaching for something nearby. These gentle touches are rarely random. Instead, they are deliberate tests of your receptiveness and signals of openness to physical closeness. They reflect her willingness to bridge the gap between emotional connection and physical intimacy without coming on too strong. For a man who appreciates the balance between confidence and respect, noticing these small but significant touches can guide your response, letting you reciprocate in a way that honors her comfort while advancing the connection. What makes these subtle flirting gestures particularly powerful is their delicate nature. They are soft, lingering, and respectful, creating a space for attraction to grow naturally rather than being forced or rushed. In a world that often prizes loud, aggressive signals, Understanding and embracing these quiet expressions allows you to stand out as a modern Stoic man who values depth, patience, and emotional intelligence. It's about being attuned, present, and confident enough to read between the lines, recognizing that attraction is often whispered rather than shouted. In modern life, where genuine connection can be elusive, tuning into these gentle signs not only sharpens your social awareness, but also boosts your confidence by reminding you that attraction is as much about subtle energy as it is about bold moves. This awareness encourages you to approach interactions with calm assurance and respect, embodying the Stoic principles of patience and self-control while remaining open to authentic connection. So, when you catch a shared glance, a playful touch, or a mirrored posture, see it for what it is: a window into her interest and comfort with you, an invitation to deepen your bond, and a reminder that true attraction often thrives in the quiet spaces between words. Number 3, you have a confident, relaxed presence. There's a unique and powerful kind of confidence that only comes with age, a quiet, steady presence that younger men often try to mimic but rarely achieve, because it's not built on bravado or flashy displays. This kind of confidence is subtle yet magnetic. It's the calm assurance that you carry when you've learned who you are and no longer feel the need to prove it to anyone. For example, think of a man who walks into a room without rushing to be the loudest or the center of attention, but instead simply owns the space with his relaxed demeanor. People naturally gravitate toward him because his energy says, "I am comfortable here, and you can be too." This is far more attractive than the flashy confidence often seen in younger men, which can come across as insecure or overcompensating. Women, in particular, sense this difference deeply. They're drawn to men who don't feel pressured to impress, but instead show emotional maturity and self-acceptance. This maturity isn't just about age, it's about experience, lessons learned, and a calm understanding of life's ups and downs. When you're able to be yourself without the need for external validation, your confidence shines through effortlessly. This is why confidence that whispers instead of shouts is so appealing. It signals strength, stability, and a man who has weathered life storms and come out wiser. In today's fast-paced world, where so much emphasis is placed on instant gratification and external approval through social media and constant hustle, cultivating this quiet confidence is a modern superpower. It helps you build authentic connections because people feel safe around you. They see a man who's grounded and reliable, not someone who's chasing approval or attention. Practicing this kind of presence also ties closely to principles of modern Stoicism, remaining calm and centered regardless of external chaos, which makes you not only more attractive, but more effective in your relationships and daily life. In essence, being a good-looking older man isn't just about physical appearance. It's about embodying a composed, confident energy that comes from genuine self-knowledge and emotional resilience, qualities that naturally draw people in and inspire respect and attraction. If you're ready to own your space with calm confidence and embrace the power of quiet strength, drop a comment right now. I am the man who leads with calm confidence. Like this video, subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and remember, true power isn't loud, it's steady and unshakable. Number 4, you're often approached for advice or help. As you grow older, you may start to notice a subtle yet powerful shift in how people interact with you. Especially women. They often seek your advice or assistance, whether it's a casual question like directions or something deeper like life choices or career decisions. This isn't merely coincidence. It's a clear sign of the unique charm that maturity bestows. Youthful energy and enthusiasm certainly have their place, but they can rarely match the profound wisdom born from decades of lived experience. Your age automatically confers a level of insight and perspective that younger men have yet to develop, making you an invaluable source of guidance. People, particularly women, are drawn to this depth because it represents reliability, calmness, and a subtle strength that only time can cultivate. It's the difference between merely talking and truly connecting through meaningful advice grounded in reality, not theory. As the ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely put it, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Your calm demeanour, backed by real-world knowledge, creates an environment of trust and comfort that's genuinely magnetic. When you offer advice, it's not just about the words, but the quiet confidence and authority that come with having faced life's trials and triumphs head-on. This ability to listen thoughtfully and respond with patience is something many younger men aspire to, but have yet to master. Your presence alone speaks volumes. It's a beacon of experience that reassures those around you. Whether sharing tips on relationships, career, or personal growth, your guidance carries a weight that transcends simple advice. It resonates deeply because it is lived truth. So when people approach you for help, see it as a compliment to your character and the authenticity you embody. It signifies that others recognize the valuable combination of wisdom, confidence, and emotional depth you possess, making you not only good-looking on the outside, but irresistibly attractive in the way you carry yourself and influence the world around you. In real life, this means embracing your maturity and using it to build meaningful connections, reminding yourself that true attractiveness lies in the harmony between appearance, character, and the strength to lead quietly with grace. What's your experience with being sought out for advice or guidance? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your insights might inspire someone else to embrace the power of wisdom and confidence that comes with age. Number 5. You get compliments on your style or grooming. When people frequently compliment your style, grooming, or even the way you smell, it's more than just flattery. It's a clear sign that you're making a lasting and positive impression, especially as an older man. These compliments indicate that others see you as confident, attractive, and self-assured, which becomes even more meaningful with age. As men grow older, they often develop a distinct personal style that reflects their life journey, personality, and accumulated wisdom. This unique style becomes a visual story that resonates deeply with others, especially women, who tend to appreciate men who show a genuine sense of self through their appearance. For example, think about a man in his 50s who wears a well-fitted blazer paired with polished leather shoes, not because he's trying to impress superficially, but because these choices represent his respect for himself and the occasion. This kind of thoughtful dressing goes beyond fashion. It signals maturity, attention to detail, and an understanding that how you present yourself speaks volumes about your character. It's not just the clothes themselves, but how confidently you wear them that makes the difference. Whether you favour a classic tailored look that exudes sophistication or have mastered a casual yet polished style, your appearance becomes a silent communicator of your values and personality. It shows that you care about the impression you leave, which is incredibly attractive in today's world, where effort often feels rare. Grooming plays an equally important role. Consider a man who maintains a neat beard or a sharp haircut. It's not merely about aesthetics, but about the discipline and respect for oneself that such grooming habits imply. Even something as simple as wearing a subtle, pleasant cologne can enhance your presence and leave a lasting impact. These small but consistent details demonstrate that you're someone who values self-care and understands the power of first impressions. In the fast-paced, often chaotic rhythm of modern life, these habits of grooming and style reflect a kind of modern stoicism, mastering control over the things within your reach, like your appearance and attitude, regardless of external circumstances. It's about aligning your external presentation with the inner strength and calm that come from experience and confidence. Ultimately, the compliments you receive on your style and grooming aren't just about superficial looks. They're a reflection of your deeper qualities, self-respect, confidence, and the wisdom that grows with age. This combination creates a magnetic aura that naturally draws people toward you. It's a reminder that being a good-looking older man isn't just about physical appearance. It's about how you carry yourself, the stories your style tells, and the confidence you project. In a world where many overlook these details, your commitment to style and grooming marks you as a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to show it. This is the kind of attractiveness that transcends age and leaves a lasting impression in both personal and social circles. If you recognize the power of style and grooming in shaping how the world sees you, then own it. Drop a comment right now. My style is my story. My confidence is my power. Number 6. You get subtle compliments on your physical fitness. You feel it every time someone drops a subtle compliment, like, "You look strong," or "I hope I'm in that shape when I'm your age." These aren't just polite remarks. They're powerful signals that your commitment to fitness and health is noticed and respected. Attractiveness after 35 isn't about packing on muscle like a bodybuilder or obsessing over every calorie. It's about embracing a lifestyle that prioritizes your well-being and radiates vitality. Imagine the difference between a man who's out of shape and one who moves through the world with purpose. The confident posture, the steady gait, the energy that fills the room. That's the difference your dedication makes. The great Stoic Marcus Aurelius taught us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every challenge you face in maintaining your health, be it time, injury, or fatigue, is an opportunity to prove your strength and resilience. This is not just physical, it's mental mastery. Think of a man who chooses morning runs over hitting snooze, who swaps empty calories for nourishing food, who honors his body as the vehicle for his ambitions. That man doesn't just look good, he commands respect. He embodies vitality, strength, and resilience that are magnetic, especially to women who see in him the results of years of discipline and self-care. It's not vanity, it's power. Fitness in this stage of life means you are the master of your own destiny. You stand tall, walk confidently, and bring a positive force wherever you go. You aren't hiding from age, you're conquering it. Women are drawn not just to your body, but to the story it tells, a story of perseverance, control, and relentless confidence. When you invest in yourself this way, you aren't just improving your looks, you're sharpening your presence, your aura, your ability to attract and inspire. Remember the words of Ernest Hemingway. Courage is grace under pressure. Your fitness shows you have that courage, not just to face life, but to dominate it. So own your strength, take control, show up every day as the man who refuses to fade. Comment below with the phrase that sums up your power today, and subscribe for more tips on how to be that magnetic, unstoppable force of nature at any age. Don't wait. Power is yours for the taking. Number 7. Women laugh at your jokes, even the cheesy ones. If women find themselves laughing at your jokes, even the corny, cheesy ones, that's a powerful indicator that you're not only good-looking on the outside, but exude a magnetic confidence and charm from within. Humour ranks among the most attractive qualities any man can possess, especially for those of us embracing maturity. When a woman laughs at your jokes, it's not merely a response to the punchline, but a reflection of how you make her feel, safe, at ease, and genuinely appreciated. Humour serves as a bridge, breaking down walls without the need for heavy conversations, and even the simplest dad joke can light up the room when delivered with authenticity. There's an undeniable allure in a man who can be playful and light-hearted, someone comfortable enough in his own skin to let go of the need to impress and instead simply enjoy the moment. This ease is the very essence of confidence, echoing the timeless wisdom of Oscar Wilde, who said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." It's this self-assuredness, combined with emotional intelligence, that women find irresistibly attractive, knowing that you're not afraid to show your genuine self without pretense. Moreover, laughter signals more than just fun. It's a universal expression of connection and joy. When a woman laughs in response to your humour, it's her way of showing she values your presence and enjoys the shared experience. This connection transcends physical attraction. It's about emotional resonance, a silent communication that you're someone worth trusting and being around. As modern Stoicism teaches, Cultivating emotional resilience and presence helps foster genuine relationships that are rooted in authenticity rather than superficial charm. When you can laugh with someone, you create a bond that feels effortless and real. Think of humor as the light that draws people in, a beacon that signals you're approachable, confident, and secure. In real life, this means embracing your imperfections, owning your quirks, and using humor as a tool to break the ice and deepen connections. Don't shy away from the silly or awkward moments. Instead, see them as opportunities to showcase your confidence and warmth. The age gap often highlighted in attraction tips becomes irrelevant when genuine laughter bridges the divide, creating mutual respect and enjoyment. As Marcus Aurelius once reflected in his Meditations, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If your thoughts are light, confident, and kind, your presence will naturally attract those who resonate with your energy. So next time you catch a woman laughing at your joke, even if it's the simplest or silliest pun, recognize it as a sign you're making a meaningful connection, one that blends attraction, respect, and comfort. It's these moments of shared joy that build the foundation for deeper bonds and lasting relationships. What's your experience been with humor and attraction? Have you noticed how laughter has helped you connect with others? Share your thoughts and stories below. Let's explore together how humor shapes our relationships and enhances our confidence as good-looking older men navigating the modern world. Number 8. Women give you lingering looks. When women give you lingering looks, understand this clearly. You're not just seen, you're commanding attention and respect. This isn't a fleeting glance. It's a deliberate, powerful signal that you possess something magnetic, something beyond just appearance. Women, especially younger ones, rarely express interest openly. They communicate in subtle ways, and a lingering gaze is one of the strongest signs that you've captured their curiosity and admiration. Imagine yourself at the gym, pushing through a tough set, sweat dripping, muscles working hard. The dedication and discipline you show don't go unnoticed. Your confidence isn't just visible, it's palpable. Every step you take, every move you make, radiates strength and assurance. Or think about a quiet coffee shop where the atmosphere invites intimacy. You sit with calm confidence, your posture relaxed but deliberate, your style sharp but effortless. That's what holds attention longer than usual. It's never just about the environment. It's about how you own the moment and yourself within it. Take the story of the man who, despite his age, walks into a room with a quiet but unshakable confidence. Heads turn, eyes linger, not because he shouts for attention, but because he doesn't need to. He commands the space with his presence alone. This is the essence of the lingering look, a moment caught between curiosity and admiration, a silent message that you matter. When her eyes lock with yours and hold just a second longer, then quickly look away, it's hesitation mixed with desire, a subtle invitation for connection she's unsure how to approach yet. This is not to be dismissed or ignored. It's an acknowledgement that you have made an impact, that your presence carries weight. Reflect on what Marcus Aurelius said. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Your age, your experience, your journey, they're not obstacles, but sources of power that draw people in. The way you carry yourself, grounded in this truth, is what makes you irresistible. A lingering look is a sign that you've mastered this balance of strength and subtlety. Don't doubt it. Don't shy away from it. These glances are your unspoken invitations to rise, to engage, to own the space you deserve. They're proof that confidence, wisdom, and presence grow stronger with time. In today's world, where youth and speed are often overvalued, the older man who moves with purpose and calm assurance stands out more than ever. This is your advantage, your unique power. When you see those lingering looks, remember they're a call to action, a reminder that your journey has crafted a man worth noticing. Harness it, use it, let it fuel your confidence. Own your story, because in this modern age, being a good-looking older man means mastering the art of presence, poise, and quiet dominance. If you feel this truth resonates deep inside, show it. Comment with your own experience, subscribe for more powerful insights that sharpen your edge and amplify your influence. Don't just grow older, grow stronger, more magnetic, more unstoppable. The world is watching. Make sure they don't just see you, make sure they remember you. Reflecting on the 8 signs of attraction. As we draw this powerful conversation to a close, I challenge you to reflect deeply on the 8 undeniable signs that define a good-looking older man, the signs that transcend mere physical appearance and speak to the very core of your being. What grabbed your attention? Which traits resonate with your spirit, and which ones are waiting for you to claim as your own? Understand this clearly. Attraction is not about conforming to a fleeting societal ideal or a narrow standard of youth and superficial beauty. No, real attractiveness for the mature man is forged through experience, self-mastery, and an unshakable confidence rooted in authenticity. The energy you project, calm, secure, powerful, draws people to you far more effectively than any muscle or wrinkle-free skin ever could. The great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely taught, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, every hardship, every life lesson, every scar you bear is not a weakness but a weapon, sharpening your confidence and honing your allure. This is the essence of modern Stoicism, a philosophy not of resignation, but of radical acceptance and strength in adversity. Your maturity is your advantage. Your style is your personal signature. Your emotional intelligence is the silent but potent language that captivates hearts and minds. Attraction at this level isn't about grand gestures or flashy displays. It lives in the small, powerful moments, a lingering glance loaded with meaning, a genuine compliment that lowers defenses, the way you walk into a room and command presence without saying a word. These subtle signals carry immense weight, growing only stronger with age and wisdom. Never buy into the lie that age diminishes your desirability. It does not. It evolves, it intensifies, it becomes magnetic. Younger men simply cannot compete with the depth you bring, the depth carved from a life lived fully, from trials weathered and victories earned, from self-awareness and resilience. Your ability to laugh at your own jokes with ease, to share wisdom in conversation without arrogance, to create an atmosphere where others feel truly seen and comfortable. These are the traits that make you irresistible in a way that no youth can replicate. Timeless, undeniable, and potent. I urge you now to make a solemn vow to yourself. Embrace these qualities without hesitation, cultivate your confidence relentlessly, and allow your genuine self to radiate through every encounter. Oscar Wilde said it best. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. This is no mere platitude. It's a command to stand in your truth, to lead your life with authority, and to claim your rightful place as a man who knows his value without apology. Do not wait. Take control. Start today by identifying which sign you will embody more fully, which part of your charisma you will unleash on the world. Engage with this message. Like it if it hits home, share it to inspire others, subscribe for more content designed to help you master your unique charm and forge meaningful, lasting connections. The clock is not your enemy, it is your ally. Remember this, age is nothing but a number, but confidence? Confidence is eternal, immortal, and unyielding. Stand firm, stand proud. Show the world that the good-looking older man is not just surviving, he is thriving, commanding respect, radiating power, wisdom, and an allure that captivates and conquers. You are that man. Now, own it. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more tips on confidence, attraction, and living the modern Stoic life. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to give feedback or discuss anything about today's content, feel free to drop your opinions in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and support each other on this journey. See you in the next video. 8 clear signs she's trying to seduce you. Stoicism, modern stoic. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting 2 bodies. And swing Aristotle. What if I told you that women are constantly sending signals, subtle, often overlooked, but unmistakable once you know where to look? These hidden cues can transform how you perceive and engage in relationships, revealing what lies beneath the surface. It's true. Sometimes these signs are easy to miss, drowned out by everyday noise or mistaken for mere friendliness. But once you tune in, the message becomes unmistakable. By the end of this discussion, you'll be able to recognize when a woman is silently inviting your attention, empowering you to approach these moments with confidence and clarity. Have you ever found yourself puzzled, unsure if a woman's warmth is just kindness or something deeper? That uncertainty can leave you stuck in a frustrating limbo, second-guessing every interaction. But here's the reality. Attraction rarely shouts outright. Instead, it whispers through body language, fleeting glances, and small gestures that often go unnoticed. Most men miss these signs because they expect a direct declaration. The truth is, genuine interest often hides in the nuances, the way she leans in when you speak, the subtle touches, the way her eyes catch yours a little longer than usual. In this video, we'll uncover those understated but powerful signals. By the end, you'll gain the insight and confidence to spot the 8 unmistakable signs she's trying to seduce you. This awareness can reshape how you navigate attraction, making you more attuned to the silent language of desire. Ready to see what's been right in front of you all along? Let's dive in. 1. Long-term eye contact. Long-term eye contact is one of the most unmistakable signs that a woman is genuinely interested in you, especially when her gaze lingers longer than the typical fleeting glance. This is not a mere happenstance or polite look. Rather, it's a deliberate, almost magnetic focus, as if she's taking the time to truly study and appreciate who you are. In today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world, where attention is a rare and precious commodity, her prolonged eye contact is a powerful, non-verbal invitation that transcends casual interaction and signals a deeper connection. This kind of gaze conveys more than attraction. It's an expression of curiosity, vulnerability, and a desire to understand you on a level beyond the superficial. When you find yourself holding her gaze in return, watch closely for a genuine smile to follow. A smile here is more than just a polite social cue. It's an unmistakable green light that she is comfortable with your presence, and perhaps even intrigued by what she sees in you. If that smile evolves into a subtle, almost shy follow-up smile, that's your clear sign that her interest is sincere, and that she's open to something more than just small talk. This moment is a modern-day dance of connection, where silence and looks communicate volumes, much like the Stoic idea of observing without over-explaining, letting actions and subtle signals speak for themselves. In the context of modern relationships, where communication often leans heavily on digital shorthand, this kind of intimate, unspoken exchange becomes even more significant. It teaches us the importance of presence and genuine engagement, encouraging men to embrace stillness and awareness in their interactions. So when you notice this kind of eye contact, don't rush to fill the silence or force conversation. Instead, appreciate the moment, remain calm, and respond with your own steady gaze and a natural smile. This mindful approach not only honors the connection she's trying to establish, but also aligns with the Stoic virtue of patience, waiting for the right moment to act rather than reacting impulsively. In doing so, you create a space where authentic connection can grow, reminding us all that sometimes the most powerful seduction lies in the simple act of truly seeing and being seen. Comment below. I see and appreciate real connection. 2. Physical proximity. Physical proximity is one of the most telling and unmistakable signs that she's trying to seduce you, though it often unfolds with a quiet subtlety that many men might overlook if they're not paying close attention. Consider how, in your everyday interactions, A woman who is genuinely interested won't usually make her intentions blatantly obvious. Instead, she'll employ small, intentional gestures that bring her physically closer to you. This might look like her leaning in slightly during conversations, choosing to sit beside you rather than opposite you, or subtly maneuvering herself into your personal space during group settings. These behaviors are not mere coincidences, but deliberate signals designed to build a growing sense of intimacy and trust. It's crucial to understand the physical proximity isn't about rushing into overt physical closeness. It's about a gradual, almost unconscious shrinking of the distance between two people that creates a private, shared space where connection can deepen. The more relaxed and comfortable she feels around you, the more she will naturally seek to enter that personal space, gently testing boundaries and inviting you into a more intimate dynamic. What makes this even more significant is how your response to her closeness influences the direction of the interaction. If you react with openness and acceptance, welcoming her presence with calm confidence and without hesitation, you send a clear message that you are receptive to deepening the connection, encouraging her to continue bridging the gap. Conversely, if you respond with discomfort, hesitation, or by physically pulling away, she will instantly pick up on these cues and will likely withdraw, respecting your boundaries and signaling that the dynamic is not aligned. In today's fast-paced, digitally driven world, where face-to-face interaction is often overshadowed by virtual communication, this nuanced form of nonverbal communication is even more vital. It reminds us that authentic attraction and seduction are rarely loud or overt. They thrive in these understated moments, the shifting angles of posture, the subtle lean forward, the deliberate closeness that quietly says, "I want to be near you." Applying a modern Stoic mindset to these interactions helps you remain centered and self-aware, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally, thereby creating a calm, inviting space where genuine intimacy can flourish naturally. Ultimately, recognizing and embracing the power of physical proximity not only deepens your understanding of her intentions, but also cultivates a presence that is magnetic, respectful, and profoundly attractive in a world that often forgets the simple, silent language of closeness. 3. Flattery and praise. A woman who is drawn to you doesn't just offer surface-level flattery, her praise cuts deeper. It's specific, personal, and undeniably meaningful. She's not simply admiring your looks, she's recognizing the sharpness of your mind, the strength of your character, the way your presence shifts the room, or how your humor lights up her day. These aren't casual compliments tossed like coins in a fountain. They are precise observations that reveal she's truly paying attention. When she notices the details others overlook, when her words penetrate beyond the skin to the core of who you are, this is no accident. It's a sign that she's not just interested, she's building a genuine connection. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." Her praise colours your soul with affirmation, boosting your confidence because she sees you, not a facade. Don't let this moment pass silently. Mirror her attention. Return the favour by acknowledging what you see in her with equal sharpness and sincerity. This is your arena, your battlefield of seduction and connection. Own it. Speak to her qualities with clarity and strength, showing you are equally present, equally aware, and equally engaged. This exchange is your proof of power and control in the dance of attraction. It's not about ego, it's about mastery of yourself, mastery of the moment. In modern life, where distractions swarm and genuine connection is rare, this deep attention is your edge. Don't settle for vague compliments or empty words. Demand substance, both from her and yourself. Be the man who commands respect by noticing the unnoticed, by speaking with intent, and by building bonds that last. Remember, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. Marcus Aurelius. Rise above superficiality. Embrace the power of sincere praise as your tool to seduce and to build relationships rooted in authenticity and strength. Now take action, like this video, Subscribe for more insights that sharpen your mind and refine your power. And comment below with the one genuine compliment you plan to give today that will mark your presence in her life. This is not just advice, it's your strategy for conquest, your roadmap to becoming the man she can't ignore. Comment below. I see beyond the surface and I speak with truth. 4. Confiding personal details. When a woman begins to confide in you by sharing personal stories, thoughts, or feelings, those intimate details she seldom reveals to others, it is one of the clearest and most profound signs that she is building trust and inviting you into a deeper emotional space. This act of vulnerability is not casual or accidental. It is a deliberate gesture of openness that signals she feels safe with you and sees you as someone worthy of her inner world. In today's fast-paced society, where many people keep their true selves behind carefully constructed masks, the willingness to share personal experiences is a rare and meaningful invitation that should never be overlooked. It reflects a desire to move beyond surface-level interaction and create a genuine connection rooted in authenticity. The ancient Stoics understood the power of vulnerability when combined with wisdom. As Epictetus reminds us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Here this means recognizing the significance of such openness and responding with equal mindfulness and respect, showing her that you appreciate the trust she is placing in you. This moment calls for patience, presence, and an attentive ear, rather than rushing to respond or filling the silence with distractions. In real life, these confiding moments often mark the turning point from acquaintanceship to meaningful relationship, where emotional intimacy begins to flourish. By embracing her willingness to open up, you become more than just a listener. You become a confidant and a partner in her journey. It's essential to engage thoughtfully, offering empathy and understanding, while also being willing to share your own truths, creating a balanced exchange that deepens the bond. This dynamic echoes the Stoic ideal of living with awareness and virtue, responding to life's moments with calm composure and genuine engagement, rather than reacting impulsively or superficially. Remember, emotional connection thrives when both parties feel seen and accepted without judgment. So when she reveals her vulnerabilities, respond with kindness and steadiness, reinforcing the safety of your shared space. This creates a fertile ground for trust to grow, allowing both of you to be more authentic and present. Moreover, understanding this sign empowers you to navigate relationships with greater clarity and confidence. Instead of mistaking her openness for casual conversation or misunderstanding it altogether, recognize it as a significant step in building intimacy. Real wisdom lies in appreciating these moments and honoring them with your full attention and sincerity. The art of meaningful connection is cultivated through these exchanges, reminding us all that the deepest bonds often begin with the courage to be vulnerable and the grace to receive that vulnerability. As Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Being present and appreciative of her personal disclosures is a way of honoring that privilege in your relationship. Have you experienced a moment when someone shared something deeply personal with you, and it changed how you saw them or your relationship? How did you respond, and what did you learn from that experience? I invite you to share your stories and reflections in the comments below. By doing so, we can learn together how vulnerability, when met with respect and wisdom, can be the foundation for the most rewarding and genuine connections. 5. Faint smile. A faint smile from a woman often holds far more meaning than just a simple expression of politeness. It can be a powerful, unspoken signal of her interest and attraction toward you. This isn't just any casual smile. It's the kind that lingers just a moment longer, where her lips part gently and her eyes soften, creating a subtle yet profound connection that transcends words. Such a smile is a quiet invitation, a non-verbal message that she feels comfortable in your presence and desires a deeper, more meaningful exchange. In today's fast-paced world, where genuine connection can be rare, recognizing this sign can be your gateway to building rapport and intimacy. Responding appropriately is just as important as noticing it. A warm, genuine smile back lets her know that you appreciate her openness and signals your willingness to engage beyond surface-level interaction. It's not about rushing into conversation or overthinking her intentions. Rather, it's about being present and receptive to the moment. This kind of exchange can feel almost like a dance, where each subtle gesture invites the other forward, fostering a natural flow that's both inviting and flirtatious. For men between 35 and 70 navigating relationships today, understanding such nuanced signals helps not only in romantic pursuits, but also in honing emotional intelligence, a cornerstone of modern Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us to observe without haste and respond with calm confidence, qualities that align perfectly with interpreting a faint smile. Embrace the moment with quiet assurance and a gentle smile of your own. It shows respect for her feelings and your readiness to connect on a deeper level, transforming a simple smile into a meaningful encounter that could unfold into something truly special. Comment below. I see the signals and respond with quiet confidence. 6. Unconscious mirroring. Unconscious mirroring is not just a subtle behavior, it's a profound, primal signal, a silent code that reveals when she's drawn to you on a level deeper than words can express. This phenomenon, where she begins to mimic your body language, gestures, or even your speech patterns without realizing it, is one of the clearest, most undeniable signs she is seducing you. When she leans in as you do, matches your posture, or laughs in sync with your jokes, she is emotionally syncing with you, creating a powerful bond that few recognize, but that every wise man must learn to see. As Marcus Aurelius wisely reminded us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Her unconscious mirroring is a breakthrough, a crack in the walls of guardedness, allowing genuine connection and trust to flow between you. This isn't mere imitation. It's her way of saying she feels safe, she respects your presence, and she's drawn to your energy. In today's world, saturated with superficial interactions and digital distractions, this kind of authentic emotional alignment is rare, and when you spot it, it signals an opportunity to step forward with strength and clarity. This moment demands that you respond with unwavering presence and confident leadership. Don't hesitate. When she mirrors you, she is inviting you to take control, not by force, but through calm authority and grounded self-assurance rooted in the principles of modern Stoicism. Channel your inner Marcus Aurelius or Seneca. Remain composed, measured, and unshakable. When you match her emotional rhythm with your steadfastness, you transform this silent signal into a powerful connection. Remember, power is claimed through action, not passivity. If you ignore this sign, you risk losing her interest. If you seize it, you move the dynamic forward, becoming the man who commands respect, desire, and loyalty. The psychological effect here is undeniable. FOMO, the fear of missing out, plays its part. She's already syncing with your energy, waiting to see if you will rise to the occasion or let this rare chance slip through your fingers. This is your call to action. Own your space, speak with authority, act with purpose, and let your presence be felt like a force of nature. This is not merely seduction, it's the foundation of meaningful connection in the modern age. It's a reminder that in a world full of noise, true power lies in recognizing and responding to the subtle cues others miss. When you catch her mirroring, acknowledge it silently but firmly, because that awareness alone shifts the power balance. You hold the key to turning a fleeting moment into a lasting bond. Take it, own it. Master this sign and watch how your influence grows, how respect and desire follow naturally. To the men ready to lead, this is your playbook. Be alert, be present, be relentless. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to sharpen your instincts and rule your relationships with wisdom and strength. Share below the moment you noticed her mirroring you, your breakthrough, and claim your power today. Remember, the strongest men don't wait for signs. They recognize them and act decisively. Be that man. 7. Direct flirtation. Direct flirtation is arguably the clearest and most unmistakable sign that a woman is trying to seduce you, yet many men overlook or underestimate its significance. When a woman steps beyond subtle body language or fleeting glances and begins engaging in playful teasing, suggestive remarks, or outright flirting, she's consciously expressing her attraction in a way that leaves little room for doubt. This kind of behavior might look like her making light-hearted, flirtatious jokes about your appearance, perhaps teasing you about your style or how you carry yourself, or slipping in compliments that carry a subtle hint of innuendo. The key is that these interactions are not random or casual, they are deliberate, designed to catch your attention and signal her interest in a way that invites a response. In today's often complicated social dynamics, where men and women frequently communicate through layers of ambiguity and indirect messages, such direct flirtation is a breath of fresh air. It's a straightforward and confident way for a woman to say she's intrigued by you and wants to see if you feel the same. Understanding this sign fully means recognizing that she is not trying to hide her feelings or be coy. Instead, she is giving you a clear and generous opening. This clarity can be both exciting and a little intimidating, but the best approach is to take her teasing in stride and respond with your own light-hearted, playful comments. This back and forth is more than just casual banter. It's a nuanced dance where she's testing the waters to see if you're receptive, while simultaneously giving you the green light to make a move if you're interested. The way she teases you is her way of assessing your confidence and interest without making things awkward or overly serious too soon. By matching her playful energy, you show that you're equally engaged and confident, which in turn builds attraction and rapport naturally. In the context of modern life, this kind of direct flirtation can serve as a powerful reminder that authenticity and clear communication remain essential, even when social norms sometimes encourage us to hide our true feelings behind layers of politeness or digital filters. When a woman is straightforward about her interest, it challenges you to be equally genuine and present, embodying the principles of modern Stoicism, maintaining calm composure, being aware of your own feelings without letting them overwhelm you, and responding thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Instead of overthinking or second-guessing her intentions, you can appreciate this candid expression for what it is, an invitation to connect. Moreover, embracing direct flirtation with grace and humour is an opportunity to practice emotional intelligence and strengthen your own social skills. By responding to her cues in a playful yet respectful manner, you create a dynamic where both parties feel comfortable and engaged. This not only increases the chances of meaningful connection, but also reinforces your own sense of self-assurance. Ultimately, direct flirtation isn't just about recognizing when a woman is attracted to you. It's about cultivating a mindset where clear signals are welcomed and authentic responses are encouraged. This approach aligns perfectly with the modern Stoic's goal of mastering oneself, understanding others, and navigating life's complexities with confidence and poise. 8. Playful touching. Playful touching, though often mistaken for casual or accidental contact, holds a powerful and deliberate significance when a woman intentionally reaches out to you, whether it's through a light tap on your arm during conversation, a gentle brush of her hand against yours, or resting her hand softly on your shoulder. These gestures are rarely random. Instead, they serve as a subtle but unmistakable signal of attraction and an invitation to deepen the connection beyond mere words. Women are uniquely aware of how touch can communicate emotions, and when done in a light-hearted, playful manner, these touches act as a test, a way for her to gauge whether there is chemistry and whether you are open to a more intimate relationship. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." And this wisdom applies well here. It's not just about what is said, but about feeling the unspoken through touch. When these playful touches happen repeatedly over time, they're more than mere coincidences or friendly gestures. They are carefully measured attempts to connect with you physically and emotionally without rushing the process. Understanding the purpose behind this contact is essential because it helps you respond appropriately. If the touch feels purposeful rather than incidental, like a light pat that lingers slightly or a brush that invites closeness, it's a clear sign she's exploring your receptiveness and comfort with intimacy. This moment of tactile communication is an opportunity to demonstrate your openness without appearing overly eager or desperate. The ideal way to respond is with subtlety and confidence. Mirroring her touch in a similarly playful or gentle manner can convey that you welcome her interest and are attuned to her signals. This interaction, when handled with care, is a delicate dance that builds rapport and paves the way for a flattering, respectful relationship. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In this context, the challenge of interpreting and responding to these small touches is not a barrier, but a gateway to deeper connection. In real life, recognizing and embracing these subtle physical cues can transform ordinary social interactions into meaningful moments of attraction and understanding. Too often, men might overlook or misread these signals, dismissing them as trivial, when in fact they are rich with meaning. Playful touching isn't about grand gestures, but about the intimate language that builds trust and closeness over time. It's important to balance being receptive without overwhelming the other person. Responding with lightness shows emotional intelligence and respect for boundaries, which are key to cultivating genuine connections. Consider this the same way a skilled Stoic approaches life, calmly observing, responding with purpose, and maintaining inner composure regardless of external circumstances. So next time you feel that gentle tap or brush, remember it's more than a casual gesture. It's a carefully placed invitation to explore something more profound. Pay attention, respond thoughtfully, and allow the chemistry to unfold naturally. And don't forget to share your own experiences. What subtle signs have you noticed that signaled someone's interest in you? How did you respond, and what did you learn from it? Your insights can help others better understand the nuanced dance of attraction and connection, so join the conversation in the comments below. After all, as Seneca reminds us, associate with people who are likely to improve you, and engaging with others' experiences is one of the best ways to grow.